Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Doodle Stream, where every Friday across Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, we spend 3 hours together while I attempt to doodle out your ideas and suggestions from the chat. I pick the theme normally, and you pitch the ideas. However, we are running with patron-suggested themes, so I'll talk about that in just a minute. Before we dive into the doodles for today, I'd like to remind you guys where you can find me outside of our time here together. My website is kevinahinkle.com. That is updated all the time now. It has a dynamically updated portfolio. So when I finish new artwork, it does get automatically updated on my website. I also have a store on my site. So you go to kevinahinkle.com/shop. It's actually the only place you can go to buy any of my work from now on. But I've got stickers and prints and original works of art that are all for sale there. If you'd like to check that out, you can find me on social media at MrHinkleDraws. I'm on all the social media platforms, all the ones that most people care about. If you're new here, don't forget to hit the subscription button if you're watching on YouTube, or hit the follow button if you're watching on Twitch or Facebook. Hit all the likes, the thumbs up, the hearts, all those things to validate my entire career as an artist. Thank you guys very much for being here. If it's within your means, please consider supporting my work over on Patreon. Patreon helps content creators like myself, like many others, by providing a platform for their fans to pledge continuous financial support. Tiers are as low as $1 a month, and I have a wealth of content on Patreon, such as tutorials, behind-the-scenes breakdowns, sneak peeks at projects that are coming out, and ways that folks like my patrons can directly impact the work I'm doing. One of those things is picking themes for this show. But one of the rewards that all my patrons get is they get a shout out during all videos and live streams. So all the names you see before you have already pledged their support. So thank you guys again. I really, really appreciate the ongoing support. It makes a huge difference to me and my family. This is what I do. This is my full-time job. So if you can spare $1 my way, that would be awesome. But of course, you know, if you go up to different tiers, there's different rewards and different incentives for doing so. You can find out more information about that at patreon.com/MrHinkleDraws. And so today's theme is puppets. And puppets was suggested by Andrew Bulthaupt, who's one of my awesome patrons. He also goes by Black Six. So Black Six, I see, is watching right now on Twitch. Awesome to have you here. It's super cool. We can have the patron here that during the episode that suggested it. And helping me out today, monitor the chat, make sure you guys are doing okay, is my dear friend and also patron, Doc Sampson.
Hey, thanks, Kevin. Thanks for inviting me. Although I do feel this is the most insensitive subject you could come up with. But whatever. Let's make the patrons happy. I don't know how many times I'll say the P word, but you know, it is what it is.
I truly appreciate you taking the time to be here today.
Thank you.
And you are no stranger to helping out with this show. So he will be making sure that when you guys have suggestions and you throw them or type them into the chat, he will be copying and pasting them in the private chat so I can go through those when I pick new things to draw. So that is what he's here for.
Exactly. I'll try to live up to Brian Saviano's standards. So we'll see. I set the bar really low.
and not to be terribly insensitive, but for some reason when Andrew suggested this theme, I was like, who can I ask to help me run this?
I wonder who it might suggest. Yeah.
So yes, Doc will be here. So there, I wanted to make sure you guys got a chance to see him before we now hide him away behind the curtain.
Right, let's do some drawing.
So now we'll be back to this. And so quickly, let me say hello to everybody else who's here. So hello to Funny Figs, Ray. Always great to see you, Ray. Ray also just finished his comic book. Astounding Tales is finally done. It has been sent to the printer, I believe, but people that backed on Kickstarter got to read it. So I read it. Awesome work, Ray. Congratulations on that. We've got Uncle Drew here. Hello, Uncle Drew. Came from Brian and happy to be here. Awesome. I appreciate you stopping by. Cafe Corner's here. What's up, Cece? It's been like a million years. Hope you're doing okay. Nice to see you. Shy Time is here. What's up? What's up, Shy? And Pink Wheels 3. Hello. Hello, everybody. Nice to see you guys. So let me real quick put on the screen what I'm drawing real quick. So I didn't quite get this finished.
That's not. It's nice though. Just look at it.
But I'm going to write this in the chat so I can put it on the screen so you guys know what I'm doing. And this was Andrew's suggestion for like a warm-up. So I'm just going to finish that. But you guys can absolutely throw some suggestions in so that way they're ready to go when I finish this up. I don't have too much more work to do.
Yeah, and it's not limited to Henson properties. Rigel is a Henson property too.
Yes, all kinds of. So, one of the things that I am constantly amazed with this is that you can take these themes on the show, and I'm like, oh goodness, what am I? I'm actually gonna get the same character over and over again. Is what's gonna happen, and then I get amazing suggestions that I would have never thought about. So it never fails, never fails. So you got this little cup. So I have never. Is this a show or a movie? Do you know?
It's a series from Australia. It's a sci-fi series. It went on for 5 seasons, I believe.
Okay, I've never seen.
But yeah, there were like 3 puppet characters that were actually in the show that were, main character-ish, and this Rigel was one of them. He was an evil, overthrown, despotic emperor, seeking his way back into power, no matter doing whatever it took.
What's another thing that impresses me about you, Doc, is you also have a pretty good overall pop culture reference awareness, I guess is maybe the right word.
Well, that's because I was a nerd before there were nerds.
Yeah, I was a nerd before it was cool.
When it was a 4-letter word.
Nice. All right, so that is. I just need to throw some colors on him, and he'll be done. So let's see here.
So I'm gonna suggest Kermit the Frog because the most famous puppet on the planet.
Right. Just to it's like doing a Disney stream and not recommending Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse, exactly.
Let's see.
Oh, too bad this is not the color portion of the show.
Right. This one is a little bit of a cheat because this one should have been done before. So I'm going to color this one. But then, yes, we're going to go back into our black and white for the first half.
All right. Looks like Pink Wills is going to be thinking of something.
Good.
Outside of the Henson. But there's so much Henson,
There is.
Sesame Street, the Muppet Show itself.
Yep.
What's that? The show with the Skeksis and the
Dark Crystal.
Yeah, the Dark Crystal. Yeah,
I'm so sad that they didn't renew the show for another season. It's so beautiful.
I mean, it was definitely more refined than the original movie.
Yeah,
but I felt like the original movie. I liked the story in the original movie more. I felt like. I don't know. It's just there's some things when you explain more about it, it becomes less cool. Kind of like Wolverine. Once they were like, "Oh, here's his background. Here's how old he is. Here's his real name." He became less cool. It was just kind of like, oh, when his name was Logan and everything, then he was an awesome character. His real name is James Howlett, and it's just like, oh, good God. Born in the Civil War. It was just like, oh.
Yeah, I can follow your. I can follow your logic on that.
The whole mystique of the character. It's just like it was gone.
So when I watched the movie, the Dark Crystal movie, which actually I only watched for the first time last year.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Have you seen Labyrinth?
Have I seen what?
Labyrinth?
I just saw that 2 weeks ago.
Oh my God, Kevin! I'm about to ask for your geek card back and be like, "I'm sorry, you're gonna have to hand that over. You're gonna have to give that back."
This is when I'm ousted, and that my geek card was actually a fake ID.
All this time,
it's like you thought just because you were an artist and you could make your own ID and no one would notice
that you knew nothing at all about any of this stuff.
Yeah, so I just saw Labyrinth a couple weeks ago, and I had previously not seen Dark Crystal, but I thought they were the same. I thought they were one and the same, both those films. And so I was watching Dark Crystal first, and I kept going, isn't David Bowie supposed to be in this?
Oh my God, really?
And I was very disappointed because I'm like, where is he?
I guess technically they both had similar themes. Floss and all of that kind of a thing or whatever. But yeah, the execution, one was a musical, the other was not. So it's just kind of like,
Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. Oh yeah, Billy the Puppet. That's a good suggestion, Ray, from Saw. That's a pretty good one.
That's
definitely
that's the
creepy
murder
little guy.
machine, right? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, on the tricycle. All right. I didn't color this because I wanted to make the whiskers like gray or white or something. That's why I didn't really draw them with black ink.
Well, and the worst part is, you're going to go back to black and white.
I know. I'm gonna get you all used to this, and then I'm gonna take it away.
And Milan is here.
Hey, what's up, Milan? Welcome. Let's see here. Oh, Avenue Q. That's good too. That's a good suggestion.
Yeah, you go to almost anybody from that.
Little nose. And let's get his eyes.
Oh, that was a suggestion. I thought you were calling Kevin Little Cow.
Aww.
I'm so sorry for this little cow. So I thought you were calling Kevin Little Cow. Okay, I'll put it in the private chat. Because I don't know what a little cow is. So I'm like, all right.
Exactly. This little cup. Got a little golden cup here. Yep. And let's do some blue in the eyes.
So I saw on the Instagrams you went to that convention.
I've been to two in the last month or so.
And the funny thing is, I always wanted to say, it was in Texas because it's Kevin Hinkle. but Kevin Hinkle doesn't live in Texas and hasn't for a while.
No, I know. I'm aware.
Almost a year and a half, 2 years almost now.
Oh my goodness. I mean, I haven't lived in Texas 8
3 years. 8 years. Okay. I don't know why I always associated you with Texas.
Well, it's like I will never, ever, ever not associate Reed with Colorado. I can't not do it. I can't tell you how many times I've talked to Reed and I've been like, well, that's not far away from you. And I'm like, oh, wait, he's in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. I always put him in Minnesota. I was like, oh. All
right, there we go. There is our
nearby. Don't show it off too much. You're going to break everyone's heart when you go black and white. Hello, Lego Maniac.
Hey, what's up? Hey, nice to see some folks that haven't been around in a while. Nice to see you guys. All right, let's shrink you. Go over there. Get out of the way. All right, that's for Andrew. That was his suggestion before we started, which is why I should have done it before we started, but I fell a little behind. All right, now that is done, we will start taking some requests from the chat. So I'm gonna go with. You know what? Billy would be good for the black and white because there's not a lot of color to Billy. So I don't feel like it's a big letdown. Let's do.
I don't. CC maybe from the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie because he was basically an animatronically animated person thing. Giant suit.
With like the super animated lips and stuff.
Right, exactly. And the eyes and the ears, and the whole.
I always get slightly creeped out seeing the lips move around. I'm like, those lips are a little too animated.
Yes, exactly. It's like every last, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, I know what you mean.
What's up, Low Mango?
Yeah, and say Low Mango. Okay.
That's also a name I haven't seen in a while. Everyone's coming out of the woodwork. Did you shoot a flare into the ether there, Doc?
I posted on the Instagram that I was on going live on the the Hinkle drawing stream.
That's it. That's the magic. That's the magic. Let's see. I'm taking this is almost like a school photo.
What your reference picture?
Yeah, he's sitting in this little chair looking up at the camera. What is a puppet? We're getting into the real deep identity questions.
This might devolve like the robot debate, the great robot debate of 2019.
That's my thing now. I got to embrace that. There's going to be a robot stream every year, no matter what.
And I will definitely allow androids in just to watch the chat explode.
I would. I mean, they count.
That was like an Atari controller in the middle of his face.
Oh yeah. Let's see here.
But all I know is it'll change. This is like,
yep, it'll all come together.
And this is the creature monster killing, taunt you in your face robot thing. I don't think I've ever actually seen one of these movies. I've seen plenty of horrific clips.
Oh, you have to see the first
YouTubes?
one. The first one is one of my favorite thriller movies of all time.
And it's just called Saw, right?
It's just called Saw. Yeah, it gets crazy. Like the series has got 20 movies and they get awful and don't even bother.
Well,
but that first one was so good.
Okay.
It was revolutionary.
I mean, it was just like when, what was it? When Hellraiser went into space. You remember that one? They built that space station. It was a giant box.
Speaking of such ridiculous things, what's up, Nick? We got Ghost Freaking talking here in the
we're talking ghosts.
See you later, CC. You heading out? All right, no problem. Oh, you're off today. That's what you mean. You're off working. Okay, I thought you were off. I'm off. Monty, I'm off.
Or Jason in space, exactly. I mean, I want to say anything bad, but I don't want to spoil it. But the Fast and the Furious in space was perfection. I loved every minute of that when the car launched into space. It was like, yes, this show has gone full cartoon.
I didn't think that was real. That's real.
Yeah, they embraced it. It was just kind of like, at last. I mean, when they did the whole tank off the bridge, it was like, come on, people. That it was just like, yo, this is a cartoon show. Let's just do it. And so they did. It was great. It was great. It was a popcorn movie. It's just kind of like you check your brain at the door, you go in with your popcorn and your soda, and you just enjoy the ride. It was great.
I saw screenshots and stuff, and I'm like, somebody made this.
No, they did not.
Oh man, that's
great.
That's pretty funny. So today's another Friday. Yeah, today is Friday the 13th. Yeah, here we go again.
Ooh, isn't there something that happens today?
I mean, all the bad things usually happen, but
no, there's something
not bad.
Yeah, you get something. I can't remember. It'll come to me. It's like because Friday the 13th are not. Something happens on Friday the 13th. It's not bad. Yeah.
Oh, it's not bad.
Right. Well, I never associate the Friday the 13th being with bad in the first. To me either. Especially when people that are religious get all whatever. I'm like, 13 is Jesus and his 12 disciples. Why was that bad?
I got
it's a good number.
On, Friday the 13th. That was our wedding day. Friday the 13th.
I mean, that's a baker's dozen. I mean, hello. It's a good number. It's not a bad number.
Let me add his pupils, or his, not really pupils. Yep.
It's like, I better put my glasses on. I almost called building with Steve Fazoom because he has a blue icon.
Yes, you might. Yes. What's up, Steve? Welcome. How are you?
Oh, hey, Golden Light Pictures is here. And, he's getting more active on the YouTubes.
Hello. Welcome.
Yeah, I almost feel like the whole show should just be in color, Kevin. You warm up off screen,
Well, maybe I'll do that. Maybe. So I'm contemplating, how year 3 is going to be for the show. Because next year we'll start year 3, and one of the things that I'm already pretty certain I'm going to change is I'm going to switch to evenings. I think I'm done with mornings.
Oh, okay.
And not necessarily because it's not good for me, because it's usually pretty good for me, but I think that'll help with viewership and numbers, because I just get a lot of comments about people that they just don't like this time. I was like, well,
especially West Coast, it's so early.
Yeah, I know. So I think,
and I would say co-hosted, Steve, co-hosted.
Yes. What is this? Yes, this is. Is there any other way, Steve? Is there really any other way? I mean, I was prepared in case Doc wasn't going to, but I'm like, if he doesn't, I'm going to be very sad because it's like, it just seems so appropriate. But yeah, so I'm contemplating things that'll change, and I mean, I might just go like full color with them in the new. I mean, we're still talking another 4 months or something, but.
Oh, for you reach your anniversary. And just so you know, Kevin, even if it wasn't puppets, I would have come along if you would have asked.
Even if it was not a insensitive time.
Exactly. Even haven't been racially motivated, I still would have showed up. And hello to Lindsay and a caca to Hawkeye Lego Man.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, here we go. There's another suggestion.
All right. That's our Billy like school photo. Yep.
Does he grin like that?
Yeah, he also has like the Joker like lipstick painted on his face to make him like always have a smile.
Oh, I thought that was blood.
Well, I mean, yeah. So, and actually in the first Saw movie, there isn't, I mean, there is a little bit of like gore, but like not anything like what they do in the following. Like they kept pushing it and pushing it and pushing it in every film after it.
When did the first one come out?
Oh my goodness, I don't remember.
Nick, because I mean, it might have been, maybe there was a censorship issue or whatever. They were like, well, because back in the day, PG, you could only do so much. Now PG, it's just kind of like, I'm sorry, they said what? Yeah, I'm just kind of looking around at myself. I'm like, I thought they said PG. It's just kind of the standard for PG is just getting lower and lower and lower and lower. It's just like, good God, can we just leave the bar right here and just say like, no? Okay.
So one of my, speaking of like younger and younger, when I was at a Northeast Comic-Con, that was in kind of outside of Boston, earlier in July, I had these two little girls, these like precious little darlings, come over to my table. They were probably 6 or 7 each. Both of them had Disney princess outfits on. So I think one was like Belle, and then one was Cinderella, I think.
Uh-huh.
And they're like, can we please have some stickers? And I was like, sure, which ones would you like? And like in the most serious, deadly voice, she's like, I want Pennywise the clown. And I was like, okay. And then I looked at the other girl and she's like, can I have the Ghostface killer? Like, all right. And so like I'm pulling them out, like I'm going through this stuff and pulling them out of the bags. And I just glance at the mom and she just like shrugs. She's like, eh. I was like, okay. What's up?
The way you say it, they're walking up and they're just like, hello, sir, can I have some stickers? And you're like, of course you can. Could I have Ghostface Killer?
That's exactly what happened. Exactly.
Like, oh my God. With trembling hands, I would have handed over the stickers. Here you go.
Here you go. What's up, Brian? We got Brian's here. Jeff is here. Did I say hi to Why Like a Whiz? Hello.
Who?
Oh, and
why like a what?
Why like a
I think I see a Bricks O'Brien. Oh man, look at that, scraping the bottom of the. Blah, blah. I already set the bar. I already mentioned you, Brian. I already set the bar really low.
I already set the bar really low. All right, let me pick another thing to draw here. Let's see. What do we got? And yes, make sure you throw your ideas in the chat. Wisconsin like a whiz. There you go. Throw your ideas in the chat because Doc is making sure we get those copied and pasted into the private chat. So don't worry about having it at the right time. It's there. Those are the girls to be afraid of at the end of the dark hallway. There you go, Shy. Just call him Wiz. I like that even better. Can I just say Wiz? What's up, Wiz? Okay, let's see. I'm distracted. Stop being distracted.
So what did you pick?
I'm doing I think I'm going to do an Avenue Q one. Let's see. Oh, that's also a Ray one. Ray's getting 2 right off the bat. He's gonna be on the cool down bench for the remainder of the show now.
I'm just trying to think of what horrific puppet Canadian Papa Bear could come up with.
Oh yeah.
Or what sort of puppet transformer. Yeah.
Oh, and I just saw the comment you were talking about earlier with Ray saying little cow. No, not little cow. All right. I'm gonna do. Let's see. I guess I'll do this guy in like the sweater vest kind of outfit here.
Oh, sorry, I always forget you're looking at your reference photos.
Yep.
And then we say hello to Uncle Drew.
Hello, Uncle Drew. Avenue Q is like a play, right? I've never seen it.
I believe so. I've never seen it. I've seen billboards driving down the street heading into Seattle for the Fifth Avenue, which is the show place down in Seattle. That's where if you wanted to see a play or Phantom of the Opera or whatever, it would happen at the Fifth Avenue. It's a marquee location. I think it's a historic landmark.
Got it. Jeff says has a good one. You too, Jeff. You taking off? See you later.
He was here for 5 seconds. All right, bye, Jeff. He didn't even leave a suggestion. Painful.
Yeah, throw a suggestion in before if you want to. You don't have to.
Willie says it's a dirty Muppet play. Oh my!
It's a
kind of like the Meet the Feebles. Have you ever seen the Meet the Feebles? It was done by Peter Jackson of the Lord of the Rings fame before he was Lord of the Rings famous.
I have not.
Yeah, it's a horrific puppet show. So that's all I can say.
That's all I can say.
It's all I'm willing to say.
Is it one of those things where you're used to seeing things like, you don't associate puppets with like inappropriate stuff. So it messes with your mind.
Yes.
Like, oh.
Yeah. It's one of the, when you're done, you remember the saying, you can't unsee things. And you were like, why did I push play in to begin with?
Yeah. Why did I push play?
Good Lord. It's just like everybody in there are murdering puppet choices. All right, Nick, I'll put that in the thing.
Okay, I guess so.
Well, it's my job to accept the suggestions at face value and just paste them in.
Yep. Yes. Oops. Whoops.
Right, this is
there. It is.
That looks like Grover.
I haven't.
I guess he's naked.
He's naked. Yes, he's naked right now. I'm drawing naked puppets. Streamlabs yelled at Andrew's like, please stop using foul language.
What did he say?
One of the songs in Avenue Q is "The Internet is for Porn."
And puppets are singing that. Oh God. I guess I'll have to look up clips after the stream
to educate yourself.
I'll be like, why am I doing this? I'll be saying to myself the entire time.
Yep.
Well, I could always film it, make it a video.
I mean, think of the views.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. I was like, well,
think of the views.
Think of the views and think of the viewers.
Oh, so what's funny? So in the chat, Brick Enforcer's like, draw Doc Samson. It's funny when you go back, like you go way back into 2019 streams, and you got drawn a lot, Doc. I was like, oh,
did I?
You did.
Well, I do have a beautiful portrait in the house that drawn by Kevin Hinkle, so
This is true. Like I go back every now and then, and I was just like, oh, there's evil Doc. There's Doc with like the goatee. There's Doc with the sunbonnet on.
Yeah, I remember that.
There's regular Doc. Like it's like 5 or 6 times. And I'm like, oh, all right. Quite the character. What is up, Isabel? Hello, welcome. I was in a production of Avenue Q, and I think it gave me an irrational fear of puppets, to be honest. Oh, well, thanks for being here.
I'll make sure I leave my camera off.
Yeah. Yes. Dun, dun.
Oh, that was that Lindsay. Wasn't that recent one with Melissa McCarthy? No. It was Melissa somebody, not McCarthy, because Melissa McCarthy is the vaccine-hating lady. Or is that a different Melissa?
I don't know.
I don't know. There's just so many so many angry Melissas.
So many angry Melissas.
Yes, Melissa. Okay. Yeah, that movie was wow. Yeah, I did a review on my channel. It was thumbs down. It was wow.
Thumbs down.
Yeah. Well, that lady usually cracks me up. Usually I am amused by her, but this movie I was just kind of like, no,
not so much.
no. It's just like
it did not work out for Doc. That's
no. Yeah, I think it'd have been better if everybody had been a puppet. It might have been funnier that way than her being a human that was half puppet yet had no felt on her. I mean, it was just kind of, it's like she should have had like a removable hair, like some aspect of her should have been puppet-like in some way.
Half
that was
human,
more
half puppet.
Yeah, like I said, it just the whole thing was just kind of like wow. And then the things that the puppets would interact with the humans, it was over the top. It was Meet the Feebles level. It was just kind of like, yeah, this was I think it was like their attempt. No.
Oh my goodness.
It's like it had to be made by Brian, Jim's son, because Jim would have said no. He'd have drawn a line and said no. I'm doing the Dark Crystal. Leave me alone.
We got a Bricksmith sighting. What's up? What's up, Julian? It's been a little while. Man, all the folks coming out of the woodwork today. That's fun. Nice to see you guys.
Oh, Jenny McCarthy. There we go. It's a McCarthy. Okay, yeah. All right. Yeah.
Yes, the show has continued in everybody's absence. I'm still here.
Yeah.
We have still been chugging along. Haven't missed too many Fridays, to be honest, unless I've been traveling. And I had Cub Scout camp, but other than that, they've been continuing along pretty good.
How was the Cub Scout camp?
That was really fun, really exhausting, but like it was good. It was a good time.
Was there a lot like masking?
Not really. I mean, it was almost entirely outdoors. No, I mean the whole thing was outdoors.
You didn't have to like provide vaccination proof, be like you're to enter the camp.
No, we did not. I bet you if it happened like now, probably. But this was like a month ago, so things weren't like on fire yet again.
Right, it's like right after the 4th of July when we're like, all right, everything is cool.
Yep. So, but it was pretty good. It was. My son had a great time. He was like, all the way up leading up to it, he's like, I don't want to do it. 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 And then we do it. And he's like, I want to go back. I want to go back. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, all the kids are always like that about going to camp. They never. And then when they're like, I don't want to leave now.
Yep. Exactly. And the schedule was just jam packed. Like it was an activity like every hour on the hour was a new thing. So, okay, there we go.
So what was the name of that character you just drew?
I don't know. I'm looking at a reference photo and it's like a guy in like a sweater vest and he's like orange skin and black hair.
Oh, so you just picked a random character. Okay.
I mean,
I thought it was like, it's not Billy.
Yeah. I looked up Avenue Q and it's like a shot of like different people holding them and he's in a lot of the images. So I don't know. Let's see. Nick's like Jenny McCarthy. I had a bunch of her posters on my wall as a teen.
I think that's a bad idea, Pink Wheels. I mean, Martha Quinn, that was one thing. Take medical advice from her. But now, no. The VJs of today, no.
Yep. And thanks, everybody, for being here. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Make sure to hit the like. Makes me feel better about myself. If you haven't already, if you're watching on YouTube or on Facebook. All right, let's see. Let's get another one here. Ray's on the cooldown bench now because he got 2 in a row.
Oh, I like Willie's newest one.
We got Cookie Monster, Phil Phillips from the Happy Time Murders. Earl Sinclair. Oh, Dinosaurs. Those are some good ones.
Legomaniac. I better pay more attention. It's like you get me talking.
Oh,
like, my eyes stop working.
Oh, Salem the Cat from Sabrina. That's a clever suggestion there.
Too easy. So did you ever go to camp?
No.
Yeah, we were too poor.
I never did any of that kind of stuff. I just like stayed at home and played video games.
The parents were like, "Yo, camp out backyard."
All right, I'm gonna do Earl Sinclair. It's a good one. Earl Sinclair from the Dinosaurs. Speaking about really, really sad endings to a show. All right, it's like, here we go. Here's the Ice Age, and we're all gonna die.
Is that? Oh, I thought you were gonna say, something happened to the creators, or one of the actors died in a horrific accident and they canceled the show. Or something.
No, it was just so. I mean, it was like, we're just gonna take this and be factually correct. It's like, it's like, this is terrible. And the little baby's like, "Are we gonna be okay?" It's like, no, you're not.
So there was like the final episode. It just got colder until they all froze to death at the end, or just
Did you ever watch
faded to black?
You didn't watch that one?
No,
Yeah, so I watched that show, and like the end of it, like a meteorite strikes the earth, and then they're all like, it goes into the Ice Age, and so like the family is like sitting without power in their home, freezing to death, and the whole thing is just I mean, there's some adult stuff, but it's like mostly kids show, humor and all that, and then they're freezing to death in their kitchen in their house, and the little baby's like, "Are we gonna be okay?" And it's like, yeah, it's like the last episode of the series.
Of course, we'll be fine. Didn't you see Star Trek Voyager? We go into space.
We'll be okay. We'll be all right. Speaking of Star Trek, I finally watched the end of Discovery season 3.
Okay.
Because I lost all interest, and I cut out like midway through the season. I'm like, I'm done.
Oh, of season 3?
Season 3. I love season 2. Season 2 was great. And like the stuff with like Pike and stuff was really great.
You're one of those Star Trek fans.
I'm one of those. I like almost all Star Trek.
Whatever, Kevin.
Almost. But like when they finally divulged the like, here's what caused the burn. I'm like, yeah, that's dumb.
Well, the whole idea of them traveling to the future is just kind of like, they should have traveled. If they want to travel to the future, they should have just traveled just ahead of the last show, Voyager, and been like, ta-da, not, we're going to go a couple, 100 years beyond that and, have crazy, even more super science-y. I mean,
there's some weird stuff in, like, I overall like it, but like, there's some weird stuff in it where it's like, I don't know. There's definitely some weirdness to Discovery where it's like, we're going to have people with glasses again. It's like, okay. And then we are going to call it out, and we're going to like say, why do you have glasses? Because I like them. I'm like, that's weird. Like, what are you doing? And yeah, I mean, the whole future thing was definitely like, how do we fix this plot hole of having a ship that can go anywhere instantaneously and never appear again in the entire series? So it's like, well, let's just, yeah. But I don't hate it. I mean, it definitely has a lot of hate out there. That whole the series has a lot of hate.
Right. Well, the problem was that when they created the pilot, and they were like, now we just inject this thing, and it's like it'd been one thing if it almost killed him every single time or whatever. So this was like something we did at the last ditch kind of a thing. And then this way it would have explained too why Starfleet didn't do it anymore, because like we're getting tired of killing off officers, to get this thing to work. So that's why it was discontinued. Not, it works so fine and so well, we're going to go into the future where it's okay, to now have instantaneous travel. And then that's just, I just have all kinds of crazy problems with the show. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't own Star Trek, so I can complain about, the direction they go in or whatever, all I want, or I can watch Star Trek, so I'm just kind of like, fine, I will watch Star Trek because, I like Star Trek. And there are parts of it that I like quite a bit. I'm disappointed that they're making her captain. I would have preferred that, because the whole premise of Star Trek Voyager was to follow a first officer, and her promotion to captain should be the end of the show.
I can follow that logic.
Especially because season 1, she's a broken officer and she has to prove herself. She has to prove her worth. And so each season as we progress along, I mean, she's only a lieutenant. You know, but immediately she's back to being a commander again. It's just kind of like, I'm sorry, but no, you got kicked out of Starfleet and put in prison. It's like, and as Tilly's proven, and if you know anything about the Navy, you don't have to be, you know, a rank captain in order to be a captain or a skipper of a naval vessel. So it's like, you know, she could still be first officer and be a lieutenant and have to learn these lessons. And then it would have been cool to have finally an alien captain.
Yeah.
Staying in the captain's seat, you know, on the show. But the producers are always like, oh, the human audience can't see ourselves. Yeah, we can't see ourselves in the alien captain, so it has to be a human captain. It always has to be a human captain. And it's just kind of like, man, will you stop that? You know, it's just kind of, it's an alien character. We're watching a sci-fi show. We'll get it. Yep. You know, we wouldn't be watching.
Oh yeah. I've decided, I mean, I'm definitely going to make some Star Trek products in the near future. And I think I'm going to try out something new for those stickers. So if there's any other Trekkies out there, stay tuned for some cool Trek stuff from me in the near future.
Okay. But yeah, I cannot wait for the whole Spock, Pike, number one kind of a thing.
Strange New Worlds.
Yeah, although it's funny. It's like all the people, you know, they hate Michael Burnham. They hate discovering the blah blah blah, you know, and everything. And they hated Spock, you know, the whole rewrite of Spock's character, you know, and his whole past with Michael Burnham. But now all of a sudden they're just it's like, oh, we love this, you know, we love the Spock, we love the Pike. The show's going to be, you know, I don't want to say this, I don't want to seem bad, but you know, the show's going to be headed by a white guy, you know. So suddenly, yeah, we love Star Trek again. You know, and that, you know, it's like, and I'm sorry, but that's really their main problem with Discovery, even though they don't really want to say it. It's because, you know, the white guy is not the main thing. It's like in the original series, the show was about 3 white guys, you know, one of the white guys had pointy ears, but, you know, it was a show about white guy, you know, and so now they're like, the show can't be about a black woman, you know. It's like, just stop it. It's all about it's all about space and, you know, adventures in space. You know, exactly. If you can't see yourself in, you know, the main character, then that's your problem.
The more things change, the more things stay
the same. Yep, exactly. Wow, look at that. Yeah, that needs color. That needs, wow.
Well, we can't break the rule. We don't break the rule.
All right. But damn, Kevin.
I've wanted to break the rule a couple times myself, but I'm like, nope. If I do it once, I'm going to do it a million times. I can't do it. What is up to Ben? Hello, Ben's Brick Design. Hello, Echo Bricks and Bama. What is going on?
Hey, you know, I think Bama, did you make it to every stream? I think he almost did. And you see that Ben's got a Starfleet tattoo. That's dedication.
The Maniac said loves the show, but couldn't stand the trope of an alternate dimension with the evil counterparts.
He's like, and then I left. That's from the original show, Lego Maniac. That wasn't some, you know,
mirror universe.
That's my favorite character, the evil Spock.
That one's I'm pretty happy with that. Earl Sinclair. All right, there's our Earl Sinclair. There he is.
Yeah, so I definitely vote for year 3 to be all color all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not necessarily opposed to that because I think,
especially because your speed is so.
It's gotten better, huh?
Right. Yeah. I mean, maybe on the multiplayer, maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's just exactly because I have somebody else. You know, when I have somebody else with me, most of the time they're not used to doing this all the time. Hey, what's up, Jaden? Hello, Jaden. So yeah, the speed is not usually and that's okay. That's fine with me. So I usually don't get as many. Nick is all color season 3, CC live in Technicolor. All right, let's get another one here. What do we got? Yeah, we can do that one. We can do Hawkeye's the original marionette from FNAF. FNAF's a good seller for me when I do FNAF stuff, so we'll do that. Let's see, where did that go? That was Hawkeye.
Yeah, see, Cafe Corner, CC and Nick, they're like, all color all the time.
This is like, you know, in the shows when you get to like later in the seasons and the budget has been boosted. It's like, oh, look, this show has gone so well. Season 3's all color.
It's like no longer do we have the same stock footage for, you know, exterior shots.
Exactly. All right, we're gonna do this guy. This is another creepy puppet, kind of like Billy, actually, but a little different.
Ooh, All right. That Ben's going crazy with the suggestions.
And that's true, Nick.
I can't delete them.
A lot of times that just happens by accident, though, Nick. I don't intentionally let's pick a bunch of black and white characters when I'm color. It just happens. I don't know.
Yes, that drives me crazy when I'm watching. I'm just kind of like, really, you picked that. It's not like you're the one doing the picking. It's not like we forced the pick on you. Yeah, it's like you choose, and I'm like, and he's choosing black and white character again.
My favorite, my absolute favorite, was the vehicles episode, and I picked the race car that Pink Wheels had. I was like, let's do this race car. And I drew it, and then I was like, okay, let's color it. And it was like a black and white, and it had like a little bit of yellow. And I was like, oh, it's just a black and white car.
All right, I'm drawing a sunset behind it.
I've definitely
some palm trees, some palm trees in the background with color. Here we go.
I'll try to be like, how can I spruce this up a little bit?
Yeah. And I'm loving the Lower Decks. Have you seen that? The animated?
I need to. I have not watched that at all yet.
Yeah, because there's going to be a more serious animated one coming. That's that Prodigy, I think it's called.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, with the Janeway. That one looks like it's going to be pretty good too.
I'm excited for Prodigy.
Yeah, but the funny thing is that most of the people that are hating on the Lower Decks, they're just like, the only people that think that show's funny is 40-year-old men. They're like, nobody else thinks that show's funny. I'm like, well, obviously somebody did, because it's going into season 2 very soon.
Yep.
I think it's the first thing we'll see, and then Discovery will follow.
And I like the comment earlier that Brian's like, are you guys still talking about Star Trek? Nerds. But, I like how in Prodigy they've got the Medusan from like the one that Spock had to wear the red visor to look at.
Exactly. You go crazy.
That's great. I'm like, I can't believe that we have that in there. That's awesome.
Okay, got that one.
Awesome.
They just keep the suggestions just to keep it coming, Kevin. You told me it wasn't going to be like this.
You know what? And this is awesome. Yeah. So I told Doc before he went live that I wasn't really expecting a lot of action today, because the numbers have been very steadily slipping. So Ray was on last week, and he used the amazing influence of Ray's network, and he actually pulled in a lot of extra viewers for me, which was really awesome. He did some posting and stuff, but they've been dropping like a stone, and I was like, well, all right. And I mean, I don't know if it's part because it's summer and there's things going on and stuff was opening back up. I don't know. I'm not like an expert in this kind of stuff, but
yeah, a lot of people have been saying their numbers have been, because of the summer.
Because I was looking at, analytics and stuff, and it's like, well, my average was like 100 each episode, and then it got down to 80, and then it got down to 60, and then it got down to 40. And this was just like, week to week to week to week. And I was like, well, all right. I was like, okay, I see where we're going.
And I'm like, that's a character, right? Marionette.
Yeah, it is a character.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, who the heck? I'm like, that's not Freddy. I'm just like, what the heck is that?
It is not.
I thought you were drawing the Saw guy again. I was like, you drawing the Saw guy again, really?
Yeah, it is very similar. It's very especially when you have them both here.
Yeah.
It's like there was something else that I did on another show, where I was like, oh, I didn't realize how similar these were. Oh, it was Joker and Freakazoid. When I did the cartoon episode, I had Freakazoid and the Joker on the same one. And I'm like, oh, wow, these are very similar characters.
Yes.
Like they had like the same hairstyle. I mean, obviously they're colored very differently, but I was just like, I didn't realize how similar they were until I looked at them in the same setting.
Right. I think were they drawn by the same animation company or whatever is what it seems like.
They might have been.
Because if you took the Joker from the comic books, and set him next to, they wouldn't look that similar.
Ben says, man, I'd love to get 40 views. Sorry, Ben. I get it. The struggle is real. Everybody's got different gauges of success. I know you have also been live streaming in general for quite a while.
And this is the black and white character, right?
Yeah, it's got like red cheeks,
red
and
cheeks,
like purple tears actually, but that's about it. Oh, the other thing I was thinking about for next year is actually moving the stream to Twitch only. I think for the live stream. Like I would still have the time lapses and stuff on YouTube, but I'm starting. Like I'm not there yet, but I'm starting to get like within striking distance of like monetization and stuff of different things, and that's when I wanted to start being a little bit more careful about streaming to multiple places at the same time. And I'm like, you know what, again, if I'm making these changes, you know, at the beginning of the new year, maybe that's another thing that changes. But we'll see we shall see.
All right, so then what do you have to be on the Twitch in order for, because that's one thing I don't like about Twitch is you do something on Twitch and it lasts for like 5 days and it's gone forever. So it's just kind of like, well, what was the point of that?
Yeah.
So it's like, but I've seen some people, they've I don't know what level they are or whatever, but they've got content that you can actually scroll through and look at and be like, oh, look.
Yep. Yes. That's about all I have to say about this. Yes.
So you don't know what level you have to be?
No.
And then what about custom emojis? Are all your custom emojis drawn by Kevin Hinkle? Or
of course. Yep. And I know I've got like 3, and then it gets like more and more as you like get bigger, you can have more.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm thinking of right, Ray, like saving out the streams and like posting it. Like I said, the time lapse will still be there, and maybe the stream is, I don't know. It's like that. I'm just saying, like a lot of stuff will probably change when we get to January. Ray, all I'm saying is you've made more barely paying attention to Twitch in a year than you've done in 3 solely focused. I know, exactly. That's true. I have made more money, technically speaking, on Twitch than YouTube, and I've been posting content consistently and aggressively on YouTube for 3 years. So, yes.
Well, like a lot of people are saying that Twitch is more geared, it's more in my favor, you know, it's designed for, you know, streaming or whatever, so they try to make it easier to promote you, or, you know, to make it easier for people to discover you and whatnot, whereas YouTube is kind of like, we don't care about you.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
unless you're viral, we're not going to do anything for you.
Oh, here we go. Let me look up this one. I think I'm going to go with Marjorie the Trash Heap from Fraggle Rock. That is Bama Bricks.
Okay. I mean, I remember watching the show, but...
Oh, and hello, Classic Bricks. I don't think I said hello to you yet.
Hello, Classic. And I don't think I'll remember this character until I see you draw it, and then I'll be like, aha, of course. Yeah, look at... And then Isabel says there's a larger art streaming community on Twitch, I'd say, because you can use the art tag. Yeah.
Yep. And Ben said, are Trekkers listening to the pod directive? I'm not, but I have recently stumbled across Trek culture on YouTube, and I'm like obsessed with their videos. I'm super obsessed with their videos. They're great. Where did that comment go? What time was that? That was 10:54. Oh, there we go. Got it. All right. The trash heap has spoken. What is up, Slash? Over on Twitch. Hello.
I'm like Legalomaniac's getting all Inception. John Malkovich in being John Malkovich as he is being controlled like a puppet there.
Oh, I
so basically
that.
Just draw a picture of, yeah, I know. I remember that movie was just kind of like, I'm sorry, what? It crawled through I'm sorry, what? Huh?
So I think I got to do it with the glasses, because there's shots of this creature with glasses and without, but I think with glasses has to be
yes.
That's got to be the answer.
And then John Y is saying hello.
Steve's youngling watching his first Hinkle stream. Very nice. Hello. Hello from the other side of the screen. And John Y, hello.
So they would be watching with Steve while building with Steve.
Jonas Playhouse. You're getting way too complicated.
And Jonas Playhouse, hello.
Oh, and I think there was a comment earlier on that I saw that was like, today's theme is puppets, and of course Doc Samson is here. And I never commented on it, but I remember seeing that. I was like, yep. Yes.
Oh, and then Splash Spry Zen 6. And yeah, and then of course, you guys can see I think the chat shows what today's.
Yeah, it's scrolling on the bottom of I have it pinned. And if you're watching on Facebook or if you're watching on YouTube, it's pinned on the chat, but then also it's scrolling on the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, and if you guys leave a suggestion in the chat, I'll copy and paste it, and Kevin will peruse them, and maybe he'll pick it, maybe he won't. If your name is Ray, he definitely won't pick it.
Not anymore. That's all right, but Ray got a couple. He got a couple on.
He got a couple in.
He's good.
Did we say hi to Splash Spry Zen 6?
Yes.
Okay.
That's Slash. Hello, Slash. Okay, there's a banana peel on the head.
That head already looks kind of like a banana.
It does. It does indeed. This is a very interesting character.
And apparently you never pick any of Nick's. Well, Nick always wants something horrific.
That is a lie. That is such a lie. That is such a lie.
I know, it's like anybody that complains is always kind of like, you mean he's not drawing you today?
I literally Nick is one of the main reasons that I have an Elvira print that is coming out very soon.
Oh,
because I know Elvira was his girl. He's definitely recommended her many times in different settings, and I wanted to have a spooky print, and I was thinking like, let's try something a little different. And so he is almost entirely the reason that exists.
And she's still doing her thing, though. I saw recently she's still watching movies and still making videos.
Yep.
She looks pretty much the same. It's just kind of like, look at you. You're kind of like
Paul Rudd.
Yeah, Paul Rudd. Or no, who was the one that did it before Paul Rudd? American Bandstand. Dick.
Someone else who never ever ages.
Yeah, American Bandstand host. He also he watched the ball drop for years before it was taken over.
Oh, yes. What is his name?
Dick something, I can't remember. But
Dick Clark?
That guy. Yes, yeah. Dick Clark never changed either for, 60 years.
Oh, Lamb Chop's a great suggestion. Get that in the old private chat.
And then I kill Cabot.
Yes, hello. Welcome. Yeah, she definitely because I tagged her when I was sharing like a work in progress shot, and I tagged her on Instagram, and so I went down that rabbit hole a little bit. And I was like, yeah, she looks exactly the same. Kind of amazing.
Uh-huh.
Good for you.
I know. She's kind of like, damn. Maybe she is a vampire.
The secret will be revealed.
When our great-grandchildren are still watching her. She's still alive.
All right. This is an interesting, like, how do I just draw a bunch of trash without actually drawing a bunch of trash?
Well, throw some cans in there.
That's what I'm thinking. You got a couple little, like, selective pieces of junk. There's a lot of leaves. There's a lot of leaves for sure.
Well, then I was also say if if it was color, there's a lot of you just with shading and all that layering and whatnot, you could definitely without even having to draw detail.
Oh, I heard you. Oh, look, hey, it's one of the scouts. Awesome. What's up? We definitely had a moment during Scouts when my YouTuberness was discovered. That's okay though. Nice to have you. Hope you're doing well. We're drawing puppets. We're drawing puppets today. Yeah, it's mostly leaves. Mostly leaves, actually. There's a little bits of trash, but this is almost all leaves. And yeah, dun, dun. I'm gonna put the glasses on there too. Don't worry. Don't worry. What's up, Joey? How are you? Welcome. Welcome. It's like, how much more scribbling do I need before it's gotten the point across? Probably works there. All right. Glasses. Just kind of like hanging. That's pretty funny. Let's get some white. I don't want to lose them in there. There we go. There we are. You go down here, maybe. Yes. And let me do that lamb chop. Lamb chop. There we go. Lamb chop. That's a funny icon. A little like sun with the smile face. That's pretty funny. So far, this stream is terrifying, says Ray. No. Earl Sinclair is not terrifying. Well, maybe a little terrifying.
If you saw him in real life, he would be huge.
Yeah, those costumes are massive. All right.
It's like, now I want to watch Fraggle Rock. Yeah. Hey, is that Joey?
It is.
Lamb
right. Chop.
Yeah, mom needed me for a minute, so I'm sorry. Sorry about that interruption.
That's okay. That's all right. All right, lamb chop. Lamb chop. Oh, I'm just getting a bunch of recipes. Like, these are not good reference photos. It's all cooked lamb.
Oh, yeah. I think you have to type in Sherry. Can't remember what Sherry Lewis.
Yep. There we go. That's funny. There was something else that was like, I'm trying to remember. There was one other, like, I was trying to look up a reference and I was like, this is not at all helpful. Can't remember what that was. All right. Lamb chop.
Yeah,
So yes,
the number of times I have to retype in something into some sort of search bar, it's just kind of like, I guess I wasn't specific enough.
Yep.
You know, you're like,
Yep.
I didn't capitalize one of the letters. It's like, good God, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah, something else. Oh, man. There was something else recently that was like a password was case sensitive. I was like, what? No passwords case sensitives anymore. And I was like, all right. I guess that's a thing.
Well, that's just an easy way to have, extra security to make somebody like, all right, here you go.
Yeah.
Big letter, small letter.
I was just so used to it not being a thing. I was like, oh, it's a thing again. All right.
Yeah, I'm just used to just doing it anyway. Like, all right, big letters, small letters, numbers, symbols. All right, let's just throw it all together. Let's make it nonsensical. Yep. Nonsensical password that I have to write down because it's so nonsensical.
Yeah. I always think of like all the famous passwords in like movies and stuff, like War Machine Rocks in Iron Man 2 or whatever it was. And then Boss Man 69 and Ready Player One. Like, what are all the famous passwords I've seen?
I'm sorry. That says, what's that always comes up, the quality of the password is always like, that's red. It's like, that's weak. That's weak.
Oh, and Big Bang Theory, where it's like, get your own Wi-Fi penny is the password. It's pretty good. That's a good one.
Is the password to the Wi-Fi.
Yep. That's exactly. All right. Fluffiness. Get some fluff. See, this is not terrifying, right? Does lamb chop terrify you?
No. And Hawkeye is he doing something? He's going to do something on the Instagrams.
It was on my Instagram. Wait, what is this? I think he's talking to Joey about something, I believe. Lamb chop. So yeah, we're still technically in the warm-up, so that's why everything is in black and white, just in case you're new or forgot. Still in the warm-up phase. And then once we cross the halfway point of the stream, I will start coloring stuff. The one drawing that's already colored was for Andrew, who was the sponsor of today's stream over on Patreon.
Uh-huh. The racially insensitive Patreon.
and yes, Doc and I were talking about like Patreon and all that. And there's definitely no obligation from anybody who's supporting me to interact with any of the stuff there, but there is a lot of opportunity should you be interested there. There's a lot of like stuff where I'm like, hey, what do you guys want to see? And I'll do this and I'll do that. And I post also all the artwork from this show gets up there every week. So you can download it if you want to keep it. You want to put it on your phone. Nick printed a shirt with it.
Yeah, he did.
Which was really cool. My sister tried to print a shirt with the Iron Giant that I drew for her, but it did not work as well for her. She tried to go through one of the online services and they were like, this is copyrighted material. We will not print this. Just keep that in mind.
It was a character of some sort.
Because it was my drawing of the Iron Giant, but they were like, "You don't own the Iron Giant."
So it's a Disney property. Who did you draw for Nick?
He did a shirt of the Cthulhu, which I think even if you did go through a big thing, I think that would be okay because that's like folklore kind of stuff.
Yeah,
can't really say you own it, but the artwork does get posted there. So if you're a patron and you want to keep any of these drawings, they get posted up there every week. And you have my blessing to do anything you want with it. You can make stickers, shirts, you can sell it, you can give it away, put it on wallpapers and stuff. Like if you're giving me money every month on Patreon, the least I can do is let you use the artwork for whatever you want. So no need to ask permission. It's there. And if you find something that you end up making $1 million with, please let me know just so my own artistic pride can be proud. Like, look at that. I did something good.
All right. So when does the color part start? I was like
15 minutes.
Okay.
So the next drawing, it could take us over if I'm still working on it.
Although Lamb Chop is white, so it's not like she's colored.
Right. Just a little bit of red for the tongue and the gloves. Let me shrink her a little bit and then move her up so I can add the legs. Yep.
All right, and then somebody's brown chicken, brown cowing you.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
Well,
is that a song? Is that a song from Lamb Chop? Probably.
I don't know. I mean, I think that's supposed to be that sound effect. That bow chicka bow wow. That's what they're doing with the brown chicken
for Lamb Chop.
Brown cow. No, that's what brown chicken, brown cow is. That's the sound effect, I think, written out.
Okay.
My bad. The puppets from the Santa Claus 2 movie. There were puppets in the Santa Claus 2 movie. I mean,
was it?
Is that the one where Santa Claus, Jack Frost takes over? No, and turns it into a factory.
Oh, that's
was that the third one?
That's just when it gets crazier and crazier and crazier. The first one was great. I loved the first Santa Claus movie.
Oh yes, that one is
awesome.
That's a classic to watch with the family during the holiday season.
And then they're like, how can we just keep taking this and just beat it to fine powder? Let's take this franchise and make 15 more movies.
Well, wasn't it during the time when Tim, the guy that the Santa Claus, wasn't he on the cocaine? And so I think
Tim the Toolman Taylor.
Yes, he was on the cocaine for quite a while. It was like, he didn't clean up his act until he started doing the new show that where he's running the hardware store or whatever it is.
Oh, I didn't know
Not
that.
the Tool Time. It's the new one that whatever. Yeah, he had all kinds of crazy, because I guess he was a stand-up comedian. He was on the cocaine. He stopped the cocaine, okay, when he did the Tool Time show or whatever. When he got off the Tool Time show, the thought he was big wig again. So he got back on the cocaine, and then started doing the movies and whatnot, And
here's Lamb Chop to be a friend to Billy the puppet and the marionette. She's in between these two, these horrific characters.
Yeah, but the two characters, those are like before they became murderers. I was just like,
Lindsay's like, yes, he was a drug addict.
Yeah. Just
and Nick says, old man Hinkle not getting the brown chicken bow wow.
Exactly. I'm like, wait a minute. After I read it, I'm like, that's a sound effect. That's a sound effect.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. Tim Allen. Yes, Ray. Yes, Ray. It went there.
All right. I don't know how. I'm gonna do the Kermit that you asked for, and we'll see. We might dive into the color section. We'll see.
Well, it should be easy green.
And I've done Kermit a couple times, but I don't think I've ever drawn a full body Kermit. So I'm gonna do that. That's gonna be different.
Oh, draw him. The first time I ever saw him in the Muppet movie riding a bike, mind blown.
Oh, yeah, that was kind of crazy, wasn't it?
I was just kind of like, how did they do it? And then I show you how they did it. It was kind of like, oh. It's kind of like, that's disappointing. I thought it would be something really cool. It'd be like, no, it was a practical effect. Here we are.
It's like you either see, waist up or waist down. But then, like, when you saw full, you're like, wait a minute.
He's actually riding that bike.
Wait a minute.
Yep.
Let's see. Which one do I want to do? I guess I'll do this one. All right. Can you write your comment do you have it open so you can type in the chat?
Who, me?
Yeah.
What do you want me to type in the chat?
Kermit.
Oh,
so
Kermit the Frog?
So you put your comment on there since it already went away.
I spelled it wrong.
Kermit.
I'm like, yeah, invent that character.
It'll be like Lonk, and Danky Kang and all these like one letter off characters that people make for like.
Yeah. Ray, I'm leg challenged. Let's just say.
Hey, you know what? Credit where it's due. It took Doc years to finally to get his hands together. So like,
well, and just so people know, they look different because it's a camera angle thing. It's because of the camera angle.
I mean, absolutely. I knew that. You didn't even have to tell me. That's what happens, different angles, different lighting.
Yeah. Yeah, because of that, the bicycle, it was just sticks that they cut out, in post. They digitally, or however they did it back in the day. They just removed it. It was just, they had just had sticks. One stick held up the bike, and then two sticks moved the pedals off camera. And then that's how he rode the bike. It was just like, what? I thought the whole thing was like special effects. More complicated than that, but
yeah,
apparently not. Oh, somebody said Fozzie Bear. Waka waka.
Waka waka.
And of course, because of all this cutting and pasting, Google's going to be like, hey, I'd like to recommend all kinds of puppets to you.
Yeah.
I mean, I've noticed that I've talked about things,
Oh yeah.
And then on my phone nearby, and then later on when I'm going to inquire on something and I hit the button, I'm about to start typing. All these suggestions are like things I've been talking about, but I've never typed anything about it. I'm just going like, you're listening constantly, aren't you? Analyzing everything I say.
You know what I find
in the background.
What I find really obnoxious is when you actually like you already just made the decision to buy a thing, right? Like, I'm going to go to this event. You know what? Done. I bought the ticket. I'm going to this event. And then you get bombarded with ads for the thing you've already bought. And it's like, I already bought, like, you already got me. Why do you keep showing me ad? Like, I got it. I already paid for it. It's done.
I know. Yes, when you're like, you want to push a button. Can I talk to the algorithm directly? Be like, hello, Mr. Algorithm. Hey.
Did you see the new Space Jam?
No.
It's funny because Don Cheadle is the algorithm, so it's funny.
Oh,
That's his character. He is the algorithm.
The algorithm. Yeah, I mean, I saw a clip and I was like, wow. And I thought Michael Jordan couldn't act. So I was just kind of I'm like, I do not know if I want to waste my time seeing this. But everybody that's seen it, you know, of course, they also have kids. They've all said, oh, it was pretty good. And I'm just kind of like, yeah, but your taste is skewed by children. You know, you're influenced by them.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't think it was as good as the first one, but I enjoyed it. It's like what you said about one of those, like, just go in and leave all your expectations at the door.
Behind, exactly. And I just remember, he's not a professional actor. He is a basketball player.
He is but there is my favorite part was the joke. There is a joke with a direct callback to the last one with Michael Jordan, which is my favorite part of it.
Oh, cool. So Michael made like a little guest shot or whatever they call it.
Yeah, we'll say
cameo.
We'll say that. It's great though. It's good. It's so good. I laughed aloud in the theater. I was like, there we go. Isabel keeps getting ads from the university, graduated from 2 years ago. Yeah, would you like to come back? I'm done.
You don't have that master's degree yet.
There's still time.
You're not a doctor. You haven't got a doctorate.
I actually just kind of started recently getting ads from my school, which I graduated from 15 years ago. Because I think they added something where they're like, you can now. They didn't have a master's program at my college when I went. Like, bachelor's was the highest you could go there.
Oh,
and then you'd have to transfer to a different school, and they added it. So now they're like, hey, we added this. Would you like to come back? I'm like, goodness gracious, no. I'm done with that. I am done. I am not.
There's no special alumni discount, maybe.
Like, what is this going to do for me? Is my employer going to be happier with me? Good news. I am my employer, and I am happier with me. So there you go. I was like, I'm good.
Well, Isabel, they're just kind of like, maybe you made the wrong choice. And so they're like, yo, law degree.
Yeah. What's up, Jaden? Hello.
So, but how was the animation though, Nick, in the new? Have you seen it, Kevin?
Yeah, I took my son to it.
Animation was the animation. I mean, because that's the thing. It's like, how well do the humans and the animation interact? Because a lot of times it doesn't look like they're looking at whatever they're looking at or whatever. You know,
they cheated. They cheated. They didn't do like the first Space Jam. They didn't do like a Who Framed Roger Rabbit. It's not like when LeBron is in like the 2D world, they just make a cartoon LeBron.
Oh,
and so like, and then when the cartoons come to like the real world, they switch over to the CGI animation, which is a lot easier to like map out with stuff than the 2D animation.
Oh,
so there never is like really a time when like the 2D animated and the live action LeBron are together.
Oh,
like,
bummer. That is.
And I was like, well, yeah. So that never technically happens. But I mean, the animation was fine. All right, I'm a little worried about if I'm gonna draw this bike really bad, so I'm gonna make a new layer for this bike in case I really screw it up. Handlebars. That's when when you know I'm worried is when I make a new layer. I'm like, let's make a new layer.
It's like, dang it, I should have had Kermit riding a horse.
I already did it. We did a whole 3 hours of horses. We're good. We are so good.
We're good for a year.
Oh my god. You saw that one? The horse stream?
Yes, I was there.
Okay, yeah. The best part was the hobby horse, the sawhorse.
Yeah, that was the easiest. You're like, there.
Done and done.
But I was just amazed at, the number of, like you said, that, you pick a category and you're just kind of like, there's going to be like 2 suggestions. So that the fact that there were, so many different ones, it's just kind of like, oh, wow. That's why I'm telling you, if you did the hands one, there'd probably be a million hand suggestions, different kind of hands, alien hands. It would just be all kinds
of. We did a hands one too.
Did you? Okay. Yeah. I'm going to have to go back and look.
Yeah, we did like Grinch, the Grinch's hand, Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget, and a hand holding up the ring from Lord of the Rings. That was a while ago. That was a little, but it did happen. It occurred. All All right, and then I think I'm gonna do. Yeah, this is a little complicated. I'm gonna do a layer for the wheels because I feel like I might mess those up somehow.
Oh, okay. Because of the layers, you can erase individual layers. Okay.
Spam warning. Who did a spam warning?
Somebody.
Wiz did a spam warning.
Yeah, Wiz said something bad.
No, that's all right. It's amazing when Nightbot works because Nightbot. The thing I would like Nightbot to do the most of, or I guess maybe Streamlab, but I don't ever get the alerts for anything. Like nobody tells me anything. I don't know when people sub or anything like that. Like I have to like rely on them telling me, which is lame. It's like, nah, don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, this needs to be like 1,000 times bigger.
Yeah, I think you have to use the word poop, Willie. Nightbot doesn't like Nightbot doesn't like body functions apparently.
And yes, Isabel is my guest artist next. No, not next week. 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks from now for the multiplayer, and so she is still brainstorming what theme. You still have time. It's all right. It's all good.
Is she on the Instagrams or the YouTubes or?
I don't think she has streamed herself before, from what I understand. But she is definitely a very talented artist. I believe she's a teacher. Of course, we will have an opportunity to pepper her with questions when she is here.
Interview and draw at the same time.
All the good stuff, all the stuff that you come to expect from those episodes, which are fun. But yeah, it can honestly be anything you want. It can be super vague because we've done stuff like emotions. We've done very specific things. It's just kind of whatever you want to do.
And then do you know what kind of style? What kind of style? Pretty much everybody does digital now, right? Is that just the way it just is? Just
yeah, for the most part, I think. Yep.
Okay.
All right, there we go. There's our Kermit on the bike.
All right.
I thought we might
2 minutes.
Yeah, I was just about to say I thought that one was going to move into color, but it did not. That's okay. That's all right. It happens. Okay, there we go, Kermit. You go.
All right. She's on the Twitters and the Instagrams. Oh, she's not a mod, so she can't drop the.
Oh,
she can't link us. So
yeah,
people can take a look and get an idea and be like,
Yeah, sorry about that. Kermit up there. All right, there we go.
All right, so let's see. Fozzie, didn't you already do that with Fozzie Bear? Let me check.
What is up, Ark? We got Ark in the Twitch chat, fellow artist over on the Twitchverse, and Purple Demon 22. Hello, nice to see you. Yeah, and don't worry, we do get the suggestions are copied and pasted into a private treasure trove of suggestions, so you don't need to say them again. We do get them once you say them.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's pandemonium.
Exactly. I'd be going back and forth and cursing StreamYard. It only goes so far, Kevin.
It would be
stop commenting, people.
Pandemonium. Yeah.
All right, we've crossed the line. We are now into the color section.
Yep, today's theme. We're gonna draw squares with one color. There is, from what I remember, there is a stream. I think Fazoom had recommended shapes as a theme, which I thought was a pretty cool idea.
People can say things like dodecahedron and whatnot, and you'll be like, "All right, I'll draw one."
Yes. All right. Let's see. Next one. Let's do. Let me look up what this one is. What is this?
So Willie's gonna try to become a mod in 2022. That way he can say things in the chat.
That's the goal.
Yeah, I guess.
Where's something that Nick said, since he feels like I don't ever pick anything? He's
let's see, Nick.
Where's a Nick suggestion?
He might not have suggested anything just because he didn't think we did anything.
What is it? Blade knife.
There he is. Yeah.
Let's see what this looks like.
Puppet Masters.
I bet you it's going to be black and white. I bet. Let's look. Blade.
Black and white and covered in blood.
Let me see what this looks like before I
Bonjour, Laurence.
Oh, that thing is pretty creepy. Guess what? It's black and white.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
It's got like a hook hand and a sword hand. Dang, that thing is really kind of disturbing.
All right, so Larry Legond is here.
What's up, Larry? It's black and white. Like you put it in all caps. We will not pick that one. I don't think we'll pick. We got some spooky guys on there already.
So you're right, Nick.
Yeah, Ark does pretty much paint Demon Girls 70% of the time. Confirmed.
Should have picked it earlier.
Morning Kids. Ooh, okay. Rizzo the Rat. Rizzo's funny. I like Rizzo.
I know, like but he's dark brown. Put him in a colorful jacket and hat.
Yep. Yeah. I always think of him crawling underneath the or going through the bars in the Christmas Carol to get like Gonzo something, and he's like, you could go through the bars the whole time. He's like, just get super scared.
Did you see the new Muppet Show?
No. Where's that?
I think it was on Netflix or HBO or what. But the Rat Show was the best part of the entire show. Oh no, not the rat, the Pepe the crab.
Oh, the Pepe the Prawn.
Yes, his segment on the new that was the funniest because it was like an outrageous game show that made no sense. The rest of it was, I don't know, just seemed too. They were trying to be too trendy, I think, but he was just just being his own self.
Yep. I like how his outfit is almost like 90s Dwayne The Rock Johnson, where he's got like the black turtleneck with like the little gold chain. He's pretty good. That's pretty funny. I'm doing Rizzo in his Muppet Christmas Carol outfit because that's my favorite Rizzo. So he's got like the little top hat and a little scarf and jacket.
Yeah, and that's another movie that is really good to watch at Christmas time.
That's a great one. It's good stuff. My sister's here. What's up? Link from Missing Link. What is that? Is that like Bigfoot?
No,
Slap.
Link from Missing Link is a monkey, I think.
Oh.
Or he's technically the missing link between humans and apes.
I kind of have a vague memory of what this is, but I would need to look it up because I think I'm probably wrong in what I'm thinking. Get those classic hints and eyes here. Muppets now on Disney Plus. Are they?
They might, yeah, because I know the original show finally came to Disney Plus. Because a lot of people were complaining that they had all of the new stuff, all the movies, but they didn't have the original series.
Dun, 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 dun.
And I just didn't understand when they brought it back, how they try to make it all seem like all internety or whatever. And it's just kind of like the Muppets they're a stage act, and so they should remain a stage act and not be like Miss Piggy did a StreamYard show.
But you know what's funny? The Waldorf and Statler doing like their little internet bits I thought was funny. Because they were just constantly trying to figure out technology. So they're like, it's like their view, like staring at the computer screen, being like, "Oh, how do you open this?" That was pretty funny. I thought that seemed very appropriate for their characters.
Right, but that's something that could have been done, like as a side bit on the show that was any kind of a show or whatever. But I don't know. It was just you think of the Muppets, you expect a certain thing, when then they change the formula. It's just kind of like. That it wasn't broken. There was no reason to fix it.
I got you. Totally.
And Girls Talk Comics, hello. And we did Lamb Chop.
Welcome.
Can you zoom out so we can see Lamb Chop for a sec? And that is nice. Look at that. I'm just kind of like, dang, Kevin.
There's Lamb next to the creepy Billy the Pup. I just love how it's like This right here. Here's a juxtaposition of my brand.
Yeah, but Billy looks. I thought that's Billy before bad things happened. He looks happy.
Yep, this is definitely. Yeah, I like it. It's funny because if you actually do look at like the stuff I sell, it's like, oh, look, Mario. Oh, that's nice. Oh, Princess Toadstool. Oh, Pennywise the Clown. All right. It's just like it's a really interesting mix.
Well, that's just like those two sweet little girls in their princess outfits.
Yes,
Came up to the convention. It's just par for the course for the Hinkle.
It was so funny. It was so good. It was so. I was like, oh.
This is the most surreal moment. Girls, can I post your picture on Instagram? Just like,
they were so sweet.
Hold up the stickers.
They were so adorable. I want the ghost face killer. Like,
I know. Just like, wow. And the mom just shrugs.
She was like, yeah, she definitely was like, I don't know what to say to this guy.
I blame their father. He wanted sons. This is what happened.
Lamb chop is absolutely precious. Thank you. Purple Demon 22. Can you do Slappy? I think we have Slappy copied into the queue, I believe. So don't worry, it is in the suggestion list. Let's get some Whiskers.
Yeah, there are a lot of suggestions in there.
And his little coat.
But yeah, that just looks, yeah. It's just like, and just to think that these are doodles.
Yeah,
these are only doodles. These are not, I'm being serious. No, these are doodles.
Yeah, this is just, I mean, you guys are watching live. This is only like, 8-10 minutes each, maybe. Like, I'm not really, but it's also like, I get a lot of comments from folks that are like, oh, you should sell more of these. And I'm like, really? But I mean, they're just me sketching. That's all this is. This is not the real work.
Yeah, I know, but they're just, I don't
know. There's something to be said. If people think it's good enough to have that, like, more options with it, like, I should eventually just shut up and listen.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm just kind of like, I don't know. You just spent a few more minutes after the fact, polishing it or whatever. Yeah. I think you'd be good.
So, something I kind of want to do, I've been thinking about, is taking some of what I think are the coolest or the best doodles and just polishing them up and doing something else with them, like fully fleshing them out and then doing something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Just like I'm always like, how come we don't work for an animation studio or something?
I don't know. I don't know if I want to work for anybody else anymore. I don't know yet. I don't know if I want to say never, but I just don't know yet if I want to.
I'm wearing the color now too. All right. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. We are. We are indeed.
Catherine, isn't that your wife?
No, that's my sister.
Your sister. She says she has art you threw in the garbage in high school in her closet. It's all good. Yeah, I bet, Catherine.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. I have to see what you saved.
So is she the younger sister or older sister?
I'm the oldest. So
you're the oldest. Okay.
She's the next in line.
I was going to say, because if she was the older sister, I was going to ask for stories of how many times she beat you up. Because I always found that sisters are mean.
You don't have any sisters, do you? You have brothers.
No, I have brothers. Yeah, we fought quite a bit, but I've never met anybody that has had a sister that has not told stories that are even more horrific than the fights we've had as brothers. It's kind of like, damn, your sister did what? No. Yeah. It's kind of like, oh no, they're vindictive. They get back at people.
All right. Yeah. So we get some brown. We're coloring Rizzo.
And then, what happened to the music, Kevin? Usually there's music on the Hinkle stream.
No, I haven't had music in forever.
Uh-oh, what happened to that?
I don't know. I just stopped. I think I was having audio issues because I kept it was not the right level of volume. And
right. I remember you used to have to spend time adjusting it.
Yeah, I got sick of doing it. but that's something that I want to kind of, fix up. But I also need like better, stronger computer for like real streaming. Streaming. I just use my laptop. It's not strong enough to do like OBS and stuff.
Oh, all right.
What were you gonna say though before I cut you off?
Excuse me. That Nick was like, there's something about the rough look that is awesome. In some of your drawings, it's just kind of like, yeah.
Well, yeah, and I also extreme games. There's also something a little bit freeing in doing this, that it's like, I don't want to say I'm not trying, but I'm not like putting a lot of thought into it. It's just like, let me just put something on the paper and go.
Probably less pressure or less worrying about it being perfect too. Yeah. You're just kind of like, no.
Yep. All the above.
Yeah, just move on. Oh, hey, somebody is actually watching from the Twitch.
Yeah, I think we have a handful of folks, I believe.
I haven't even been noticing. I'm just like, oh, heck yeah. Okay, yeah. Purple Demon, Arctic Arts. And Arctic Arts apparently draws nothing but
demon
ladies, yeah.
Yep. Arc is good people. I'm planning to have him on the show too. I'm hoping September, I think was what I was looking at, to have him on the show. So guys will get to learn about him as well. I've been enjoying. I pop into his streams from time to time as well.
Yeah, and Willie's like, we do exist in between timeouts. Nightbot's keeping an eyeball out.
Oops.
And Nick, did you say demon ladies?
Yes.
Apparently on the Twitch. Is it on the Twitch or not the Twitch? The Twitter, the Twitch?
Twitch. Yes. Yes. Yes, indeed. We almost had Arc on a couple episodes ago because he was my standby, because my guest artist at that time was up until the 11th hour was not sure he was going to be able to be on the show. So I was like, well, this will be very awkward if I go all in and then there's nobody. But he was able to pull it off. But he's definitely still going to get Arc on the show. Just got to wait for the right time.
Who is Luann Platter?
That's from King of the Hill. Manger babies.
Luann is the niece that lives with them?
Yeah, yep.
Oh, and her manger babies. Okay, that's right. She had a whole...
I forgot that she did. I totally
yes, it was like, and the manger babies took off. They were a thing. They were a hit.
Like a public access show or something.
Didn't she have to give it up because it was too much pressure or something?
So funny. Oh man, I need to put my brave face on and go back to Twitch. Yeah, that's the like I said, that's kind of the plan right now for next year. So you still got many months of, if you prefer YouTube or if you prefer Facebook. I don't know if anyone's, at least one person's watching on Facebook actually. But.
Facebook. I haven't been on Facebook in 7 years or something. I'm just kind of like, no, I'm too triggered. Goodbye.
Yeah, there's a lot of nonsense. I use social media as like marketing tools basically. So no offense to folks. That's kind of what I do. I log into these things and I drop new art, and I usually will do a quick, view of people I follow, throw some likes their way, and then I bail and then I'm out. So I don't get dragged into any of the, like, I don't see the craziness that people talk about on like Twitter threads that like cause them to be super angry or depressed. Like, I don't see any of that. Or Facebook stuff that people get triggered in. I'm like, I don't know what you guys are seeing. I don't see any of that stuff. I run. I post and run. That's what I do. But that also means that, I miss a lot of stuff that people are like, how do you not know that? I posted that on. I'm like, I don't know.
Exactly. I'm like, I don't check out the yada yada. I mean, that's why I like the Instagram, because it's just pictures. And I'm like, that's nice picture.
Yeah.
Done. Whereas Twitter is all like, I do not need to hear your idiot ideas. You force me to read it. No, that enters into my brain if I have to read it. So I'm like, no. I can quickly scroll past the pictures if I don't want to see it. I'm like, no, I didn't see it.
Gotcha. Oh, is that the fire alarm? There's the fire alarm. If you hear a fire alarm, that's here. That's me.
Not a tornado warning?
No, it's just the volunteer fire department calling in their volunteers so that the whole town knows. And last thing is we got a little bit of like striping on his shirt here. It's like plaid. Let's see.
Yeah, just that layering.
Oh, I also because I was using the Doodle Stream prints from 2019 and 2020 at the shows because I didn't have my new prints yet.
Mm-hmm.
I did put a really small order in for them, and now I've done the new prints. So I put them on the website. So if anybody missed their chance to get 2019 or 2020 Doodle Stream prints, you have another chance to get them because they're on the website again. So KevinAHinkle.com/shop. They're there if you have an interest. If not, don't worry. It does not hurt my feelings. But it's like a year collage of the best stuff from 2019 and 2020.
That's that big poster, right?
Yeah, it's really big. It's like 12 and a half by 19 and a half, I think. Like it's a rather large poster.
And it comes shipped, rolled in a tube, I assume.
Yep, it is in a tube. All right, there we go. There's our Rizzo ready to save Christmas. I guess that's not what he does.
No, he sarcastically comments on Christmas activities.
You know what? I think I am going to do real quick. I'm going to put behind him a little bit of snow action here. Just a little bit. Get the mood. We're going to do this. What we're going to do.
Yeah, see, you know, that's something a professional artist would think of. That extra flourish, that extra touch.
Just so we know what's happening, right? And then I can put maybe a couple going over him. All right, there you go. There's that.
Yeah, I know. I knew you call it a doodle. All right, whatever.
Doodle. Let's see. Girls Talk Comics says, I'm on Twitter all the time and still miss the drama. I have no idea how, but that's good. Good for you. Yeah, people are constantly like, I follow a lot of artists on social media, and I'm constantly seeing artists that are like, sorry, got to take a break from Twitter, got to take a break from Instagram, got to take it because it's too toxic or it's too. I'm like, what are you guys seeing? I'm like, yeah, I get that there's horrible people on there and there's a lot of awful takes and hot takes and triggering comments, but like the amount of times I see people being like, got to take a 24-hour break because there's too much. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I know. It's just like, well, just like if I see a bad comment, I don't read the entire comment. It's just like, I do not need to finish the entire, horrible statement. I'm just like, okay.
Oh, and yeah, here, this is for my shop, just in case I see the comment saying, what's the store name? So KevinAHinkle.com/shop. Put that in the chat for you. I have all my products there, all the stickers, prints, original artwork. It's all there. So you guys can check that out if you have an interest. Facebook didn't like it. It posted to YouTube and Twitch, and it's like error on Facebook. Like, okay, whatever.
That's not a link.
It's not?
No, it's just words. There we go. There's an actual link, people. You can click on that.
Thanks.
It's like, what is going on?
Sorry. All right, let's get another one. Art says I'm off of Reddit. It's just pure depressing at this point. Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah, but Reddit, you got to look for things. And it can get crazy on the Reddit.
Yeah, I don't ever go on Reddit for anything.
Yeah, it's like we can do anything.
The only time I find myself on Reddit is when I'm like Google searching something and the thing I looked at happens to link me to Reddit. Like, oh, how did I end up here? All right, let me look up some of these again so we can see what we're going to do next.
It's like a lot of Muppets.
There is,
and
yes.
people in suits.
Yes. Oh, you know what we need to do? All right. We can't finish this episode, which I know we're not about. We're like an hour, but we can't finish it without drawing a Doc Samson. So we're gonna put a Doc Samson in there. I'm gonna put my comment on the screen. And let's see here.
All right, with glasses.
Yeah, because I've never drawn with glasses. That is new. So.
Oh my good Lord, how many accounts do you have?
Me? Oh yeah.
I mean, you know, in the YouTube, it's only one, but on the StreamYard, it's like every account you have posted at the same time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. Hello, Primal Gamer. How are you? Welcome. Let's see. I have to put
already,
some thought.
Howie, I gotcha.
Got to put some thought into how I want this one to be.
And Howie stuff is Yo Howie. Is that Yo Howie?
Yep.
YoHowie.com.
Yeah. What's up, Howie? Hey, how you doing? All right. Okay.
Okay, what?
I got my idea.
Oh, okay. Well, give me a second. I got to go check on somebody.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Go right ahead. Tired but good. Okay, good. Yeah, Joey also rarely uses Reddit. Don't get me started with Nick's disdain for the Reddit is well documented. Nick, what's going on with the podcast, man? You are killing me. You are killing me with no Ghost Freaking Talking podcast, man. Like, we are getting into dangerous territory. I'm gonna have to mark you as dead podcast. Salacious B. Creme. Oh, that's a good one. We took a summer break. We are coming back for. Oh, did you announce that somewhere? I don't remember that being. As a loyal listener, I do not recall such information being shared. Did I miss it? Am I in the wrong?
Who is that monstrosity? Hey, there's a good one, Larry. That's a good one.
Somebody I found on Reddit.
On Reddit.
Yeah, So, I mean, anytime Salacious B. Crumb, and the fact that Salacious has a middle initial is already enough. That's just like legendary.
Oh, heck yeah. Plus, he's colorful.
Legendary.
Ooh, Nick's going to go to Wolf Hollow again.
Nice. Very good. Very good. I was giving him grief because I'm like, we haven't gotten a Ghost Freaking Talking podcast in months.
I thought there was one last month, wasn't there? It's usually just one a month now because they were on they were like on a hiatus for a while, and then of course you tried to blame it on Trenton like it was all his fault for he's too busy. And I'm just kind of like, so it's like, that's a lie. You and Nessie are not that busy.
This is what we do to those we love, though. We give them the business like 10 times over. It's like, what are you doing? You have disappointed me greatly.
Are they going to go to the Conjuring house again? That would be good. Or that what was that place that they heard the rustling leaves? Weren't you there?
That was early on, man. That was, yeah, I love it. Like rustling, I don't know. It sounds like the pause, right, when it's like, it sounds like leaves, and everybody just is quiet. Like, what are you talking about, leaves? That was good stuff. So good.
Oh, that's classic. He'll never live that down. The most haunted road in New Jersey. Yes, that's the one. It wasn't very haunted.
Yeah, that was a fun excursion though. I had fun doing that.
Right. Didn't the voice-o-meter or whatever it's called, didn't it like pick up a couple of things, you know?
Yeah. Yep. It was like shoes and prayer, I think, and stuff like the videos. They have the video on his channel.
Yeah. I saw it. I just keep expecting Nick to pull out a PKE meter, you know, from Ghostbusters and be all that.
Yep. Oh yeah. Let's see. Oh, let me do the hair first before I get to the arm territory.
You say that looks like me.
I mean, it looks like some guy on Reddit. Reddit thread.
So did I ask you when's the next show you're going to appear at?
No. But so the next show is going to be Fan Expo Boston. Okay. That is the next event I'm going to be at. And that is in the first weekend of September. So it's only a couple weeks away. And I'll be working a booth. Brian has volunteered to help me out, so he'll be my booth buddy for the show. That is his neck of the woods. So I'll be in his backyard
in Boston.
That is downtown Boston official, and that is a big event. Fan Expo Boston is like, I think it was $400 for the table for that show. That's like the most I've paid for a table to date.
Dang!
But it's also like one of the big ones. Like it's a big show. So that's my next show, and then the very next weekend I will be at Connecticut in Hartford, downtown Hartford,
Connecticut.
Yeah.
So how close? Well, I guess they, you know, I don't know where any of these cities are, you know, in any of these states or whatever.
Yeah, it's all drivable. I stick to drivable distance from me.
So I guess, you know, you could be like, oh well, Boston is technically near the border of, you know, 3 other states in, you know, New England.
Yep.
And so Connecticut's the one where Brian Saviano's helping you at, right?
No, Fan Expo Boston.
Fan Expo Boston. Okay.
Yeah. And then Building with Steve is going to help me out for 2 of the 3 days, I believe, at Connecticut.
Connecticut? Okay.
And so I've got 1 day that I need to look for assistance.
Okay, well, I was wondering why Steve was asking that, but now I get it. Selfless shame promotion or whatever.
Selfless shame
shameless self-promotion.
Y'all got so many states.
And somebody said this kind of looks like a yearbook photo. And as soon as they said that, I was just kind of like, you know, it does. You know, yearbook pose, how he says.
Yeah, give me that camera. This is like you in mid.
Do not take my picture.
Exactly what this is. Oh, you know what's gone? I'm looking at a picture you posted on 2 days ago. There's no dog tags. Are the dog tags gone? I think they're gone.
Yeah. That was a Call of Duty thing. I mean,
we are over that era.
I took them off. Well, I took it off because for a while I was wearing the Mandalorian. I was wearing the necklace that Grogu wore.
Oh yeah, with the mud horn, right? Or
yeah,
no,
the skull symbol or whatever it is.
Gotcha.
You know, when that show was super hot, it was like, hey, let's wear that Grogu thing.
So you know what's funny? Speaking of lighting, right? We were talking about hands and lighting. This is such a weird conversation. Your skin tone is drastically different depending on the photo and the lighting.
Yes.
Like drastic. And like when the times that I've done it, like I can literally take an image that you've posted and drop it into like Photoshop and color pick, and it's just incredibly different depending on which picture it is. It's it's purple. Up now it's pink. Up now it's like really light fleshy pink. Up now it's
exactly.
It's just like it's never consistent. I'm like, I don't even know what the real color is. I'm like, what is
That's why I'm always when people are like, I'm just like, he's a white guy. What are you talking about?
It is very interesting.
Well, especially, you know, I say that's because if you watched, you know, it all goes back to Star Trek, you know, and Doc technically has a Star Trek uniform he could wear. But, you know, on Enterprise, what did they call the humans? Pink skin.
Oh, that's, yep.
That's what the Andorians called them. The blue people called them. And so it's kind of like, yep.
I drew an Andorian last week. On the Aliens episode, we drew Shran from Enterprise.
Oh, that guy's been, I think he has the most roles of that actor, Jeffrey Combs.
Yeah. And he's really good about, like, for the most part, he totally is like, you know, you don't get lost into going, oh, that's that actor again. Like,
yes.
Well, I don't know, like a chameleon. He's like good at like really like transforming into the different characters.
Yeah, there was a couple of them I didn't realize it was him until, you know, the credits roll. You're like, oh wait, no way! You're like, roll that back. You know,
Baby Brickhead would not approve of this drawing. Yes.
Yeah, she doesn't like my hands.
Oh, thank you, Andrew. That would definitely be helpful because if I'm sticking to shows I can drive to. I am experimenting and trying to do stuff, but if there's folks that are willing to let me crash, not having to like recoup a hotel cost is massive for what I'm trying to do because that cuts into. I don't make a lot of money, guys. Just so you know, at least not at the first couple shows I've done. I haven't even cracked $1,000 yet at a show. So, but if I don't have to recoup hotel costs, that is pretty helpful. So, let me know. I could pay with a free commission. So yeah, Maryland might be. I think there's some bigger shows in that area, DC area.
And Isabel is pushing for international appearances.
Oh man, that's yeah. I mean, just the plane ticket alone would be like $1,000 to recoup. Yeah. I'm not against it, but I'm thinking if I do international, we're probably talking more like Canada, and that would be because it's drivable, you know, not that far away. But then the thing is, I start getting worried about customs declaration because I'm literally going to sell products. And currency conversion and all that. Like, like, oh no.
Yeah, because would you like need a green card or whatever to work in Canada and make money, or you know,
it gets complicated real quick.
Like, are you allowed to make so much? And that's like, okay, you can make this much and nothing has to be said. And if you make this much, you got to pay Canadian taxes and then pay money, you know, American taxes at the same time.
Exactly. Yeah, Ark knows. I've mentioned it before. I would like to. It's just that's the only thing that makes me go, makes me think, makes me pause. You can camp in my yard if you ever come back to Colorado. I would love to do like a Denver Comic-Con or something.
Well, that'd be cool. I see a ninja with the bricks.
What's up, Ninja? Nice to see you.
Yeah, are there any puppet superheroes other than myself?
Oh, you know what's a show that I just remembered? Mr. Meady on Nickelodeon.
Mr. Who?
Mr. Meady. Do you know of this?
No, never.
It's like these guys working in like a fast food court. They worked at like a burger place called Mr. Meady. Okay. And it's ludicrous, and it was great.
Okay, I'm seeing pictures now. Okay. They're kind of like Laurel and Hardy, tall and skinny and short and fat guy.
Yeah.
And then at the first question it says, why was Mr. Meady banned? It was banned, apparently.
It was banned.
The show was canceled due to a mix of low ratings and criticism from adults and vegetarians who protested against the show. Well, it ran for 4 years, so it was more likely, you know, low ratings.
I loved it. I thought it was ludicrous. Oh no, Kevin, I'm trying to repress Mr. Meady. Oh.
Were they puppets or animated?
No, it was not animated. It was definitely like puppets.
Oh wow! Look.
we do not mention that Nightmare Fuel, says Primer Gamer.
Well, it was 4 seasons, so wow, one of them was like a zombie.
Let's see. Ark says it's interesting since I do know a lot of merchants do cross the border. I wonder if it's like, yeah, I don't know. I need to look into it. I mean, obviously other people do it. You know, it's not unheard of.
That's horrific. Did somebody suggest Mr. Meady?
No, I was just saying. I remembered. That's horrific. So Doc is not a fan.
I was like, wow, that was the chapped lips on that one puppet was.
Yeah. Oh man, it was ludicrous, but I was entertained. I was entertained.
I'm like, I was just double checking to make sure nobody wrote it, so I could drop it.
Please don't write.
And people are loving the Canada idea.
So what's the? Is there a story to the glasses that I noticed you started rocking somewhat recently?
Well, mostly the glasses were technically I was only going to wear them when I live streamed because I don't know, the glare or whatever. Because people, whenever I live streamed for so long, people were like, your eyeballs are freaking us out. Basically is what they were saying. So by wearing the glasses, the reflection, the glare would cover my eyes for a bit. And so it just seemed a little less whatever. But then I liked the glasses. And so I just kept them.
So, you know, and you say I'm being insensitive as I draw your eyes. Your eyes are disturbing to us. Like, oh,
what? That's what the human audience was saying. So I was like, all right.
Is that what the pink skins were saying?
Exactly. Dang subscribers, whatever. but now I like the glasses. And if I take them off, I'm like, you look weird.
Yep. All right, that's fair enough. Okay, so we had to make sure our guest co-host today, our chat MC, got representation in today's proceedings.
Yeah. And I agree with Larry. The way you did those glasses was, that was like, wow. See, he's a professional artist, people. I'm just like, wow. It's amazing the things you can do. It's just kind of like, check that out. And I got your suggestion.
Can you draw a politician?
That would be the ultimate puppet. And let me get that.
I'm no puppet. You're the puppet.
You have to draw a shadow lobbyist above them. A shadowy lobbyist.
It's because you don't blink enough.
Yeah, that's what they say. And I have to make special videos where I blink. I mean, come on.
Ark's like, I was going to make that joke. Got beat to it. So yeah, thanks again, everybody. Appreciate you guys being here. We still have about 50 minutes left, but make sure you hit the like button. Hit the like for Doc. Hit the like for Rizzo. Rizzo wants your likes. And Carl Sinclair wants you to know everything's going to be all right. Everything's going to be fine.
Whoa, now he is scary. You were right, Ray. You were right.
All right, let me just take a quick coffee sip. Figure out what the next one we're going to do. He already drew that for his warm-up. That's this guy down here. I think he is supposed to be a politician, though, right? That's what you were saying, Doc.
He's an ex-emperor. Despotic ruler of his own planet. He was overthrown by a greedy cousin, whom he later murdered. Like,
as they do.
Yeah, he's not a good guy.
All right, let's see. What's another one we can do here? Gonzo. We got Fozzie.
You got Biden. Thank you, Larry.
Thank you, Larry. Oh yeah, we got Salacious. Let me see. Let's see here.
Oh, you see Brian's latest suggestion there? I mean, like that's pushing it. That might cause a riot, like the whole robot debate. It's like
exactly. I'm gonna do Bear from Bear in the Big Blue House. That was Joey, I think, said that one.
Yeah, he's blue, isn't he?
No, the house is blue. He is like an orange brown.
Okay. I was afraid you're gonna say he's black and white.
He's black. He's a polar bear. He's a polar bear. He's in a snowstorm. Let's see, what time was that at? That was
the name of the newscaster on Dinosaurs. Anybody remember that?
Oh, I said the mouse from that show. Did you? Let's see. What comment was I reading? Request. Oh, Tutter, Bear in the Big Blue House, mouse. Oh, let me look that up.
Not the bear, huh? We could draw the bear anyway.
I draw the bear split. That's one of my favorite things to do is to take someone's request and just change it. I'm like, oh, well, let's do this. Oh, but that's pretty. He's like super blue. Like that's a nice color that's not on here yet. Let's do that one. That's fine. All right. That was 11:30.
All right, so I pasted another suggestion from Nick. You can ignore, but I pasted it, Nick.
All right, there we go. Your original comment has faded off the chat, but if you want to put the official name back on there, Joey, you can. I'll replace the comment. Oh, Primal Gamer said, "Oh, gotcha. Okay, there was a couple. That's what probably scrambled it up for me."
Tutter, Tutter. It's in the. I was just making sure I pasted it. I did, Joey.
Look at this adorable little mouse. We got two mice on the canvas here. All right. Where did my pin go? Oh, that's a great one though. We're absolutely going to do that one from Nick though. That's a great one. The puppet
Scarface.
From Batman. That's yes.
The anime.
See, you just needed to make a better suggestion, Nick.
Oh, now we're criticizing people's suggestions. You don't try to reduce the number of suggestions in the chat. Okay, hey, people are going to be fearful. Like, he's judging me.
For some reason, we got no suggestions today.
Uh-huh. People are typing it in and then they're hitting the backspace button. They're like,
deleting. They're deleting.
Exactly. Kevin's going to be really critical today.
But yes, there's been several times where somebody makes a suggestion and I'm like, oh, I like that property that thing's from, but I'm not going to do this thing that you asked for. I'll do this thing.
This other thing I like better.
But I don't even really think about it. I just like start drawing and then like halfway through it, I'll be like, oh, I'm not even drawing the thing you asked me to draw.
Yeah. Yeah, but usually when you're whatever, people are like, no, your suggestion was better.
It's like, yeah, there's no reversing course after a certain period of time. No going back.
Mm-hmm. Yo, somebody needs to chill on the spam.
We got a spammer.
I'm seeing some spam.
Well, that's a lot of spam, Jaden. Cool it on the spam. Or one of my 500 mods will have to step in.
Uh-huh. Be like, what are you doing? I don't know. That does not look like a happy mouse. But then again, with just a few lines, it will suddenly...
It'll be magic.
Yes, it will transform into something. It's just kind of like, all right. And spam is delicious, just so you know.
Man, I haven't had spam in so long. So long.
How can we buy spam by the case at the Costco?
Really? Wow.
Yeah, they sell it in the big giant case.
But I have been grocery shopping. I grocery shop for the family every week, but there's been plenty of times where I'm going down the aisle and I'm like, I should try something with spam again. It's been a while. And then
they're like 14 flavors now.
Flavors.
Yes, there's not. Yeah, spam doesn't just come in regular old plain spam flavor anymore. What's
an example?
You can get flavors. Well, there's like, there's spicy spam, so it's actually, hot and spicy, and there's, lime. There's just all kinds of. I don't get anything other than the plain, mind you. We get the reduced salt kind, but yeah, there are flavors. I'm as surprised. I've taken pictures of them and posted them on Instagram when I've seen them and been like,
yeah, should
I? But I don't want to buy a can of spam and only eat one bite and then toss the can, toss it out and be like, Yeah, exactly. There's jalapeno. There's all kinds of interesting flavors.
That mouse has seen.
Is he holding something?
He's holding a blanket.
Oh, okay.
He's holding a blanket in this reference image. At least he's holding. So I'm drawing him holding a blanket, and he's got a little like a stuffed cat toy.
Oh, okay. But yeah, the Spam, if you slice it thin enough, fry it up or whatever, you can make the the BLTs, but make it with Spam instead. Delicious. But we're Japanese, so we're usually putting the Spam on top of the ramen.
Gotcha.
It's the easy way to make ramen deluxe without actually really doing anything.
That's the real ramen.
Because you can't just have ramen. I mean, I just look at people that just make ramen, and that's just it. I'm just kind of like, I'm sorry, ramen in the package. That's just the base. What are you doing?
You just want to know who hurt them, who hurt you.
Exactly. It's like, why are you not putting all the stuff? You see the picture. You see the picture on the package. Why are you not doing that? All right, and the ninja's wandering away. So we'll see you later, Ninja. Hey, that's the Geek Effect. Isn't that
the one and only Kirk Wilson?
Yes.
It is. See you later, Ninja, and hello, Kirk Wilson. Geek
exactly. Drop a suggestion in the chat, and we'll see if Kevin will judge you poorly or not.
Oh man.
Exactly. Be careful.
Be careful.
All right, primer game Gizmo. That's a good one. I guess it's a living creature, but it was actually a puppet. So yeah.
Yeah. See, yep. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Okay, now that the ears are on there, yeah. Okay, I vaguely recognize this from when the kids.
Swedish Chef. That's appropriate.
Bork, bork, bork.
That's appropriate. Oh man. Oh, so also while I'm coloring here, next Friday, I need to look at what the theme is going to be, but Brian will be here helping me out in the morning, and then in the evening, we're doing our second crossover special on his channel. So they'll be in the evening around, or not around, but 7:00, I believe. We will have a doodle stream on his Twitch channel, and we'll also be raising money for charity too.
So then I'll actually have a reason to watch Brian's show. Sorry. Did I say that out loud?
Did I say that aloud? Only a little bit. So yeah, that'll be fun. We had a lot of fun the last time we did that too. So it was a wonderful success.
I always have fun. I always have fun watching Brian's show. He's very interactive.
Yes. I don't know how we will factor in the
I love you, Brian.
The like charity aspect, but we'll figure it out. It'll be good.
Okay.
Because we want it to somehow be like, if you donate, it's interactive with the show somehow. So we'll figure it out.
Oh.
We'll figure it out. It'll be a good time.
Yeah, and he's got a lot of active moderators and a lot of active people in the chat. The chat just goes crazy on Brian's.
Yeah, exactly. I lurk a lot over there.
What's a Sam Crenshaw?
It's like Papillion Pokemon Xenoverse. It's only my suggestion. Okay, Nick. I'm sad that you're not coming up here for the Paracon at the Warrens. That was one of my main reasons for diving in there. I was be like, be kind of cool. Nick come up here and be a whole big thing. Not that I'm against setting up a shop and selling stuff, because I'm, it's kind of what I do. But it was a nice like bonus. I'm like, that's gonna be kind of cool.
A Paracon.
Yeah, that's in Waterbury, Connecticut. They're doing their first the Warrens estate, because they've both passed on at this point. So the daughter and her husband are hosting a show, and they're bringing some of the artifacts. And it's just like, it's a convention. It's like any other convention,
right?
But it's officially owned and operated by the Warrens family. And I have a booth there. It's Halloween weekend. It's Saturday and Sunday Halloween weekend.
Yeah, Nick said it would have been a sure thing, but it had to be on Halloween weekend. So it's my year to have the kids. I guess they
bring them.
Trade the kids for holidays.
Bring them.
Exactly. I'm sure they'd have fun.
It's your thing, man. It's your thing. It's okay. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I think they'd all have fun except for Baby Brickhead. She'd be all like, oh, ghost again.
Here we go again.
Uh-huh.
Ark says my code worked. Nice. What code for your game or something different? We're talking about the Matrix. So here's the blanket. And...
Okay, so I guess that Sam Crenshaw is a character from the Today Show special from the 80s. I thought that was a singer. Apparently not.
Apparently not. Oh, nice. He has learned Kung Fu. Sweet. Perfect. Can you imagine how awesome it would be if we could do stuff like that? Like, oh, I want to learn karate. And you just put in like a, activate your training program in the Matrix and all of a sudden you know it. It'd be so amazing. Learn different languages. Learn how to like fly a plane, play an instrument. That'd be awesome.
Okay, so now, Kirk, I'm actually going to paste your suggestion because at first I didn't know. I was like, that's just a singer guy.
See, you thought I was the vetting process. I am but the final gatekeeper, the first gatekeeper.
But then I checked the private chat and I had already pasted it. So okay, you're okay. Okay.
All right, there's our mouse hanging out up there. What do we got today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got 11. Now we're gonna do the Nick Scarface one, I believe, because that one got me pretty interested. Where did it go?
What's the record
for
number?
Oh,
yeah.
That's a good question. I think it's like 17.
All right.
But I think it was during the nature one because see the thing is the more like character driven stuff takes longer than like draw a tree or draw a flower, still life stuff. And so when I did the nature episode, it was all nature stuff. It was trees and animals. The only character I think was Captain Planet in that whole one. So I did a lot. That one had a bunch of drawings on it.
Yeah, that'd be really easy, I guess. Well, especially for you, But I have a lot. I'd be like, okay, it's a tree. People are like, really? Looks like a piece of broccoli.
I think we honestly need to explore next year having you on a multiplayer episode.
Yeah, exactly. Like I was telling you, I'm like, okay, let me pull out my stuff. I'll be all analog though. That's the only problem. It's just kind of like
we have seen the evidence. You are capable. So we absolutely need to do that. All right. So I'm going to do, okay. So for the most part, I like kind of the earlier designs from the Batman animated series. Like they had like a very different art style, like the last season or the last 2 seasons where they like drastically changed stuff.
Yeah.
I actually like that later Scarface one because he's got like the unibrow and stuff and more than I like the earlier one. So I'm going to go that this time. But normally I like the earlier Batman animes, but this one, I don't know. It's just a personal preference.
And then look, Nick, he's drawing your thing and it's doing the color segment.
Yeah, come on now. Credit where it's due.
Uh-huh.
You know what? On second thought, I'm not going to draw this.
Instead, I'm going to draw the ventriloquist.
Yeah, I like the design on this one. Most of them, I don't like the changes they made, but this one, something about it is a little, I don't know.
Well, sometimes it's like when they have it's too stylized sometimes, and it's just, and then other times it's just kind of like, it's okay.
I think the problem is like, I think you're right on the money where it's like, it's too stylized. And for the most part, a lot of the designs that got changed, they kind of had like that perfect balance of being stylized and like identifiable. And then some of the designs that hadn't quite gotten there, like I feel like the earlier version of the dummy wasn't like it wasn't memorable, I don't think. Like I remember the ventriloquist more than I remember the dummy.
Right, exactly. And that Scarface is the dummy.
Yeah, and then in this one, when they changed it, they made him very stylized and gave him very oh, he's got a prominent unibrow. Like now I was like, oh, now I'm gonna think of that design now when I think of him. So I feel like it worked for the characters that didn't quite have a identifiable mark yet, and it didn't work for most of the others because they already had that. Like they already had that down. If that makes any sense, if that logic.
Yeah. Well, it's like when you watch the Scarface character, you're not even supposed to notice, the dude with the glasses, his mouth moving at the same time. No, well, his mouth not moving, but you're not supposed to really notice him. You're supposed to,
And for those of you that watch the Gotham TV show, which I was a big fan of, the Gotham TV show. I loved when they brought in the ventriloquist in that show because it was like very much like out of left field. And I was like, oh, snap. It's the ventriloquist. That was great.
But that was the show that somehow existed without Batman. And I just couldn't understand how all of the villains. So they're trying to like make it seem like Batman showed up because all of the villains took over Gotham City.
Yes.
But it's kind of like but the age that they had the kid at, it's just kind of like he's got to leave for 10 years and study with Ra's al Ghul before he comes back. So it's like, would there really be a Gotham left? By the time he returned, the way these villains are actually just running the show, and would Gordon still be alive? It's like,
yeah. Did the chat die, or is no one talking?
I don't know.
Okay, that's interesting. Oh, there we go. We got something. Okay. Just wanted evidence of life.
Oh, I think people are just watching you draw.
That's okay. I'll accept that answer.
Oh, so Nick says that's budget cuts. Budget cuts change the style of the show.
We're entranced. Yep, I can see it. Thank you, folks. It got really cool. All of a sudden, nobody's like, we will not talk anymore.
I was like, you guys are talking bad about Scarface. We're done.
Budget cuts. Yeah. Like I said, for the most part, I didn't like some of the changes, but there was a couple things that I did like, and I liked this version of the dummy more. Very stylized. He just wasn't, to me, he just wasn't as memorable in the other form.
I don't know. Well, for me, that was always just like a side character. I never really thought of him as, part of the main rogues gallery. It was always just kind of like, oh, he's somebody that
he's really cool, but I do often forget about him.
Yeah, I mean, it's like he's somebody we have just because we're tired of the Joker, Riddler, Two-Face, and Catwoman. So we're gonna throw in somebody else.
Little dangly feet. Yeah, they like super stylized him when they changed it, and I like that more.
Yeah. And then, like the Primal Gamer says, my problem with Gotham, the big part of Batman's internal struggle is realizing how many of these villains wouldn't be around if it wasn't for him. Yeah, exactly. I'm just kind of like, I always thought it was like because Batman appeared to take down regular criminals that these crazy super criminals started to appear. Villains. Yeah, that's where all those people decided to become something, to challenge the Bat.
Yeah. That just reminded me of the Arkham games where I like how like the city officials, like they make a point to be like, those of you that consider yourselves quote unquote super villains. Like I liked how they treated that in that game.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, be careful. Nightbot is out there, people. Especially on the Twitch side. It seems to be very, very active on the Twitch side.
Ark is everywhere. Everywhere. Yes, indeed.
So you're gonna draw, so you're not gonna draw the ventriloquist?
I'm thinking about it. I might do that because I feel like he needs it. I think he needs something. Otherwise, he's just floating.
I almost feel like it's like because you like how you draw from a reference photo. I almost feel like we should have you draw the same character, but from 2 different references, just to see.
You can suggest that as a theme. You still
You
haven't
know?
put one in there. I mean, if you want to, Doc still hasn't put a suggestion for a theme as a patron, so he's got the opportunity should he choose to use it.
I'm just kind of like, like what would I want? What would I want the Hinkle to draw? It's like, I think I can make something that would challenge him, or he'd just be all like, "Oh, really?"
That's
Yawn.
what Matt. That's why Matt said draw horses. I was like, ah. I was like, no.
You're like, curse you, patrons. They're a blessing and a curse all at the same time.
But yeah, there's some good ideas that have been put in the thread on there. You can go through and read and see if any of those strike some ideas for you.
Oh, or yeah, exactly. Or make sure I haven't suggest something that somebody's already done.
Yeah, that too. All right, let me shrink.
Has Nick put anything in?
Yeah, he put horror movies.
Horror movies,
which is good. I expected such a answer from him.
So, is it the Shinigami Tensen? Is that
oh yeah.
As I say, when will that become one of the streams?
Papa B did not put that in, and he actually, I think his patronage stopped a couple months ago, but. Not that, I mean, if he had put it in, I would have done it, but he didn't put anything in the thing. So,
okay.
And now he has no access to the thread. So let's see. I need. What do I need? Let's see. I guess I'll do something. Yeah, all right. Let's see what we can do here.
Yeah, Arctic Arts wants a demon theme one day.
Hey man, join the Patreon. I would be happy to oblige.
Like I don't know. That would be. Like,
there are definitely some like future ones, and I'm gonna make good on it. People suggested we'll do it, but there's definitely some that I'm like, this is very specific. All right, we'll figure out how this goes.
Exactly. Nick's down for a demon stream. Famous ghosts.
Famous ghosts.
I suggested caricatures. Larry says.
Yep. He's got that in there.
Oh, that would be. I mean, I don't know, characters of people we know or famous people. I don't know. I don't think they'd be all that caricature-y. I would think that Kevin would just draw people and it would just look just like them. I'd be like, that it's not a funny character, Kevin. How come their ears aren't bigger?
Yeah.
That just looks like them. It's a portrait.
I've done some caricature work, not a lot, but I've done some.
Yeah, except for that that Robert Downey Jr.
How dare you? How dare you bring him back up in this? Oh, it wasn't even you, it was Larry. Larry, how dare you bring that? I thought that was you, Doc. I was like, how dare you bring that up?
As soon as I saw that, I was just like, that's right. He did draw that horrible.
Goodness gracious, you guys.
But that was like one of your quicker sketches of somebody too.
Yeah, that was, and I mean, that was almost a year ago. I could probably do a better one now.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, it was like 5 lines and you were done. That's why we were all like, "Wow, that sucked."
Okay, let's color this. All right, let's see.
Yep, that is the style. I just love how, it almost, because like a lot of people when they draw, there's a style and you can see it. The only time I ever see your style is when you like drew Sparks and that comics, that other than that, it's just like you match whoever,
That's exactly it. Like I'm trying to match the reference and stuff. My style is definitely was with Sparks and Bricks in the Middle. My style is in the Resolve comic. like if I get a commission at a show, like if someone's like, draw Nightwing, and I'm not referencing something. So I just posted 2 Nightwing drawings on my Instagram and everywhere else, Twitter, Facebook, all over the place. But I have 2 Nightwing drawings in the last like week. One of them is a full body Nightwing with like the 2 like batons. That's my style. And then the other Nightwing is like the client said, make it look exactly like Batman the Animated Series. So you can see how what my style is versus like trying to mimic another artist style.
Yeah, okay. Because I'm like, yeah.
I go for like hard angles and very, very graphic, bold decisions.
Yeah, because I kind of noticed that like when like on a lot of the multiplayer, how everybody else's, their Scarecrow would be in their style. It wouldn't, or Scarface, not Scarecrow, would be in their style. It wouldn't be looking like the reference photo. It's just, but how you're just like, no.
I'm gonna make it look like this.
Exactly. I'm gonna make it exactly like it's gonna be.
So here we go again with some of this interestingness. So I like the new design of the dummy, but I like the old color scheme. So I'm coloring it the way it was colored in the first couple seasons, because in the later ones he's just wearing a white suit. It's all white. And I'm like, no, I like the color scheme. I just didn't like the design of it. Yeah. So this is an amalgamation of seasons.
I think the character idea will work, Larry. I don't think it'd be something that Kevin couldn't do.
Oh yeah. Don't worry, we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. It's gonna happen.
Okay, I'm looking at your Nightwing. Okay, I see what you mean. Yes.
So yeah, yes, one is like draw.
Yeah, that is definitely your style.
Yep. Yes, sir. And yeah, my style. You'll see my style in the Resolve comic because it's all coming out of my head and not trying to reference anything.
And that's the one that you and Jeff, right?
Uh-huh.
With the crazy, is it with some crazy elves or cat people or?
I don't know. We haven't revealed anything.
Okay, so I'm like,
well,
no
actually,
drawing,
no, that's not. That's
something.
That is actually a lie. I've posted 3 times on Patreon about the comic, and I put a lot of extra stuff on there. So there's been little the story. We have not shared anything about the story anywhere.
But yeah, because isn't this post on a checkout commission pencil sketch for a character named? No. Okay, that's from an animated thing. Yeah, because they're like characters. I've been seeing characters on your thing, and I'm like, who the heck is that?
Yeah, those are all the commissions I did. So the last show I did, which was Terrificon at the Mohegan Sun Casino in Connecticut, I got 7 commissions during the show, which was incredible. For context, for reference, folks, I got 1 at the show prior, and I got 0 at the show before that. So to get 7 at one show was kind of amazing. So a lot of those were just people like, hey, I like this anime, draw this character. I like this comic book, draw this character. That's what commissions are. So those are all me sharing all the stuff that I did through the course of that 3-day show.
Okay. Have you ever done anything with airbrushing?
No. Nope.
No. So do you draw electronically at a show and then?
Nope. I do it all traditional there. So I take my pens and markers and I do that old school.
Okay, so they get a finished piece of, a print or whatever.
Yep, they get to take it with them.
I was afraid you're going to be like, okay, and give me your email. There's an electronic file. There you go.
Yeah. Yep. Nope. And that's an option when people commission me outside of a show if they want it like, if they want a traditional versus digital. But most people want digital because they want to like print it or something. If they want to use it for stuff.
Yeah, so they can put it on a mug, put it on a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Use it as a logo or what have you.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. Yeah, I appreciate that, Nick. Yeah, Nick has always been my go-to consultant on spooky stuff. And so I finished Annabelle yesterday, Nick. It's looking pretty good. I'm really happy with it. So I have another wave of Halloween stickers coming out very soon.
And wave 2. Annabelle's that doll, right?
He's the doll, yep. She's a doll. She was on my list to do in the future. I wasn't necessarily like she wasn't high priority, but because I'm going to the show and they're bringing that doll, both the real doll and also the Warner Brothers movie doll to the show, I thought it probably would make business sense for me to have that available. So,
and the real one, if you take a picture of it or something bad's supposed to nix it.
If you're like disrespectful, it's like
supposed to be bad.
Yeah, supposed to be a bad time. All right, I think that is it for that. Yeah, so it's like, this is like an amalgamation. Old season color scheme, new season style, and then the ventriloquist is kind of the new or the older season look, but it's weird.
He's recognizable, almost like that's him. Willie. No, Willie, he can't control the Nightbot.
some loud verbiage. I think for the most part, it blocks stuff that I would want it to block. I think I don't think it does anything.
I know.
I don't think it does anything I don't want it to do. I don't believe so. But let's see. Yeah, most of the time I try to keep stuff for the most part pretty family friendly. I do have kids that watch. I don't know. I think we still have our Cub Scout friend who was just here, made himself known. He probably still is here. So
Steve's kid is watching. Remember,
Steve's kid. Think of Steve's child. Okay, Steve's child.
Exactly. And we like to try to keep it PG. From 1990s PG.
There we go.
Not 2021 PG. No.
All right, so we definitely have time for another one. Let's see. Do it for the children, Wiz. For the children.
Exactly. Think of the children.
All right,
Steve. My child is 3 weeks. Well, some children are quickly developing.
So, what do you think, Doc? You picked the last one. Whatever you think it should be.
Well, then we haven't seen Vision in a bazillion years, and so let's see the Sam Crenshaw.
Okay,
from today's special is the puppet. I did look it up. It is a puppet.
My child is 3 weeks. How dare you?
Otherwise, I want to see the chapped lips on that that hideous was the Meat is Murder show or whatever it was.
Mr. Meady.
Mr. Meady or Mr. Meady. Those are my two choices: Mr. Meady or Sam Crenshaw.
All right, we'll give Kirk his Sam Crenshaw. Although I personally would like to draw Mr. But that's fine. Let's see. Where did that go? There we go. Sam Crenshaw. I don't even know what I'm about to search because I have no idea what this is.
He's just a puppet guy. I think he's an old man.
Sam Crenshaw. This is probably going to be our last one. You guys can make suggestions in case I somehow magically do this in 2 seconds, but probably the last drawing for today. Oh, this guy is a little bit creepy. He's kind of like, wow. All right. Wow, indeed. Kind of reminds me of the mailman from Mr. Rogers a little bit. He's not creepy. I mean, I have no context. I'm sure he's a lovely person. All right. Let's get this guy going. Security guard. Oh, interesting. So yeah, we're in the last 15 minutes, folks. Again, I really appreciate you all being here. It means a lot. I appreciate you seeing so many friends that I haven't seen in a while. I appreciate you guys popping in. I do appreciate that. It means a lot to me. So thank you. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you've enjoyed your time here today. Make sure if you're not already subscribed on the YouTubes, hit that for me. Appreciate it. Follow over on Twitch or Facebook or all the things. Hit all the things on all the places. It's all very much appreciated. It does make a difference to me and my family. This is what I do. This is my job. It's how I make my money sometimes.
It's like he's a security guard at just different places.
He definitely looks kind of creepy, but that's okay.
Well, he's one of those he's one of the larger puppets because you can see them.
Wait,
they
what's
have videos.
money?
You can see him with the guy that operates him or whatever, and it's just kind of because he's got that he's got the real hands.
Yeah, they're like Swedish Chef.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
like Swedish Chef, Brian, like Swedish Chef. He's got some pretty thick hair stalks here. They're like almost like French fries.
Yeah, I know, but the show looks like it's older than the 80s. Maybe it started before the 80s, and I just want to know what happened to Kirk that he's so stuck in the 80s. It's just kind of like
what happened to you?
Exactly. Like, what happened? He likes nothing new.
Except Marvel stuff. He does have an affinity for Marvel stuff.
And have you been watching the What If, the new What If?
I did catch it. It wasn't bad.
Yeah. I like that. I watched one of those breakdown shows or whatever, and how they showed how so much of it was like, I guess, shot for shot from like, it matched the Captain America, the first Avenger movie, which is kind of like, oh wow.
I did think it was interesting. And as someone who does keep up with all this stuff and is watching all this stuff, it's not really an issue for me. And I don't even know if it's even on their radar or if they even care. But I definitely was thinking to myself as I was watching it going, wow, if I hadn't seen like Captain America, like I would be so lost right now, because like they really assume, I guess rightfully so, that you've already seen all this and you already know what's going on.
Yeah.
So like, we're just going to cut to the chase. We're just going to show you what's happening. And like, there's not a lot of like, maybe I'm just so used to reboots and retellings, and you need to like, once again, tell me how we're at this place that we're in.
Yeah.
That I was like, we're not getting any of that in this. We're just going like straight from scene to scene to scene, and like no backup, no explanation. Like we're just doing it. Like,
yeah. Okay. That in that aspect, it reminded me a lot of the actual comic book, because that was kind of like one of the downfalls of the comic book itself, is that was newer people that just got into comic books like today or whatever are not going to know the story that they're what ifing.
Yeah.
And so it's more for the hardcore fan or whatever. And so they don't really need to go into a long explanation, because you already know about every player that appears in it. They might be playing a different role, but you already know everything enough about them that you don't need any additional explanation or any other thing. You want to get to that what if moment. You want to see more of see them in action more or whatever than actually how they got there or whatever. You just want to see the ramifications of the what if.
To be honest, I wasn't necessarily like super hyped or interested in seeing it. I wasn't like against it by any means, but then they had like a bunch of Marvel posts and stuff, and they're like, just this is official canon in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm like, oh, what are you telling me? Like, I need to see this, don't I?
Yeah,
this is like not like a consumer, like I need to consume this medium, but like you're telling me to keep up with this, whatever stories you're telling me, I genuinely need to see this. Yeah, and so I was like, exactly. I guess I need to see this then.
Or at least have a knowledge of it, because it might in some way affect.
Yeah,
I think you could probably not watch it and be fine, but I think it would in the future enhance what you're seeing, because you'd be like, oh, that's okay, I get the subtle nod here, I see the tie-in there. It makes the tapestry richer than it would be if you just saw the movie. You're like, that was a good movie.
Because I think about like what if, speaking of what if, like what if I had not watched WandaVision or Falcon and Winter Soldier or Loki, like I'd be lost in the next films. Like I'd be like, wait, well, hold on, where do we get? What are we doing? And so I kind of have that fear of like, if I don't watch this, I'm going to be confused, and I don't want to be confused.
Yep, exactly. There'll be too many. How did they get here? How did we get here? Why is that character like this now? Yeah,
exactly.
Because they're definitely, they're definitely foreshadowing a new Avengers team. Because I know a lot of people are like, oh, the Avengers, they had their movie run, we're done with that team. But I'm just kind of like, there's always going to be a global threat that can't be handled by a single hero. Yeah. So there will have to be, an Avengers or another big group. They'll have to have another big group arc at one point or another, just to milk the cow by bringing all of your favorite solo characters together. And that's what Endgame was so great. That's why Infinity, the whole Infinity saga was because it all interwoven and it brought our favorite characters all together in a huge team up.
Yep.
And that's what we're gonna want at the end of this phase 2 or whatever phase it is or whatever. We're gonna want to see everybody that's been developed all together fighting some big bad.
I like
and
how
hopefully
Vision,
not in a 2-parter though.
Yeah, I like how Vision is like, oh, you know what? Actually, this guy's creepy.
his memories, childhood memories are now forever clouded.
Let's get some. Gotta get the pink on the nose here.
Yeah, I guess Larry likes all the voice acting in the new show. Everybody's coming back. So almost like a lot of people like Robert Downey's like, well, I won't appear as Iron Man on screen, but I'll definitely voice act him.
Yeah. It's kind of nice. I mean, you get so connected to these characters that in your mind, that's the voice you hear. It's okay when they can find people that do a pretty good job. Like I'm impressed that what's his name? The guy that's in The Walking Dead who now plays Red Skull. Like he's pretty good at sounding like Red Skull. Like he's not Hugo Weaving, but like he sounds exactly like him. And Hugo Weaving was just wearing a bunch of makeup. So
yeah, exactly. Because isn't he Australian? So he doesn't even have that German accent.
Yeah, and he was in he played him as like in the movies when he's like floating around as like a ghostly Red Skull, and he's also the voice of it in the show. So he's stuck around. But yeah, it's like unless you can find someone who's really good at pulling off the voice, I would like to see the original people again.
Oh yeah, I guess they did that with 2 of the people that are in the new What If, and that's why one of the characters has died immediately, and they changed the story or whatever.
I was kind of so this is a completely different thing, but speaking of like voice acting and stuff, there's a guy I follow on YouTube and TikTok, and he does like impersonations of like cartoon characters and stuff like Winnie the Pooh and all, and he's really, really good. He's been doing it for a long time. And I guess now he's been doing like professional gigs. And he had posted a while ago that he had finally gotten like his first like real legit major gig. And then he finally revealed what it was. And they hired him to replace Steve Carell as the voice of Dracula in the next Hotel Transylvania movie.
The cartoon.
Like, the cartoon. Yeah. And I'm like, wow, like that's kind of that's definitely a real gig. But like, I mean, I've been subscribed to him for years. And he'd be like, just impersonating Disney characters and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but when I'm listening to him, like, you sound exactly like him.
Yeah. So now he's just got to be, he'd be doing you just got to sound like a goofy vampire.
Yep.
Like, okay.
That's it.
Lewis from Ant-Man in What If. Who's Lewis?
Yeah, Ross Marquand. Yep. And I've met him before. I mean, I always know him as Aaron from Walking Dead. Like, that's how I know him. But
Aaron from Walking Dead.
He's got a lot of good stuff.
When your role, your iconic role, and people can't remember your name. I'm like that with a lot of actors. I'm like, I could tell you this character name, but I could not tell you his real name. It's like, nope.
Yep. And
especially some of like recurring actor guys or whatever. You're just kind of like they're always in the background. You're like, you do not know their name, but you know their face.
Yep. I was talking about, I think last week, about how I couldn't remember Michael Rooker's name, and I was like, he was like Yondu, and he was like Merle from Walking Dead, and that guy.
I can see his face, but I wouldn't have got that name either. Like, ooh,
like that guy.
I think it's Steve. No. Now that guy, he called him a security guard, but it was like, wow, that's not a security guard uniform.
I was saying that his face, maybe just the mustache and kind of the floofy hair, definitely remind me of Mr. Feeney, the post office or the mailman from Mr. Rogers.
It's like, is he English? Was it from an English show? Because I never even heard of that. The Today Special.
Yeah. And yeah, it's definitely a different art style. I don't know how I feel about that art style. I don't dislike it by any means, but it's a very unique art style. I've seen it done with like Star Wars Resistance, I think, used that art style. And there's some older Cartoon Network shows that use that art style. And I don't ever know how I feel. I feel like it looks cool, but the motion, it's I don't know. It's off for me because it's like trying to be live action, so the movements aren't as exaggerated. There's not really any squash and stretch, which is very animation standard style.
Yeah.
And so it kind of it like gives me that weird feeling that I'm like, it looks great. I just don't know how it like feels as it moves around.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the early animations was like that. It was just kind of like, yeah, until they moved. It was like that first time you saw Homer in 3D. Yeah, on The Simpsons, all of a sudden you're just kind of like, yeah, that looks like him, but this is creepy. You know,
I remember that. What, didn't he like get thrown into the real world and he was like,
or some other thing? Yeah, exactly, for a little bit or whatever. But then now you see him, you're just kind of like, yeah, that's fine. It's not weird looking now to see him in 3D computer animated Homer walking around. That's not weird anymore now.
Everyone's just staring at him. He's like,
I just remember it just being weird. It's just kind of like, whoa.
All right. What do we only have a couple minutes. We definitely don't have time to do another one. So as always, I'm sorry that not everybody got everything they wanted drawn, but we did get quite a few things drawn, which is always exciting.
13 drawings on Friday the 13th. Well done.
Yeah, that was deliberate.
Not.
That was deliberate. So yes, let's take a tour through everything we have drawn together, and then we will wrap up for today. So as a reminder, today was all about puppets, which is a really interesting theme. And that was suggested by Andrew Bulthaupt, or Black 6 as he is in the chat.
Hey.
He is one of my awesome patrons. Thank you again to all my patrons for supporting what I do. It makes a huge difference. And this was his suggestion for a warm-up piece. So this is Rigel from Farscape. So there he is.
Nice.
And then we've got Billy the Puppet from the Saw franchise. And we've got Lamb Chop. Look at Lamb Chop. Something about this is like a prom photo. It's like they go to the prom. So we got Lamb Chop. We've got this is a I don't know the name of it. I just looked up Avenue Q, and this was like one of the photos of one of the puppets. But it was in a lot of photos, so I guess it was the main character.
He looks like the character they probably corrupt.
Maybe. Could be it. Here's Kermit riding a bicycle.
Yeah.
Hey, dude.
Hey, that's decent.
We got Tutter the Mouse from Bear in the Big Blue House. Here's our guest chat MC today, Doc Sampson, the other voice you hear.
Yeah, look at me. Love those glasses.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just say that because that's what Brian Saviano does every time he impersonates me. It's the first thing he goes like, yeah.
So you're impersonating him, impersonating you.
Inception.
That's good. That's good stuff. All right, here is the marionette from the Five Nights at Freddy's series. There, Brian types in the chat. Yeah,
he does it.
I do not remember the name of this trash heap, but this is a puppet trash heap from Fraggle Rock.
Yes,
I think. Yep. So there's a banana on the head, glasses. I'll have to look up again when I do when I share the final artwork what the name of it was. Here's Rizzo the Rat. I
think that's my favorite.
Yeah, I put snow in there because I wanted it to be the Christmas Carol version. Here is Sam Crenshaw. Good old not creepy Sam Crenshaw. There he is.
You changed Vision's mind. He thinks he's creepy now.
Now he's creepy.
Now I know now. 20 years later.
We got the dummy and the ventriloquist from Batman the Animated Series. That was a good one, Nick. See, you came through.
Exactly. Yep.
I was like, I can't draw a third black and white killer puppet.
Exactly.
I gotta do 3. And then this one also came out pretty good. This is Earl Sinclair from Dinosaurs.
Yeah.
There you go. Marjorie the trash heap. There you go. Thank you. Trash Heap is her name.
Trash, yes.
That's funny. So yeah, there's all the puppets and all their glory. So thank you for that. Let me go.
Look, I'm in the center.
Boom. Exactly. Let me go and I will tell you guys what is up for next week. And that again is next Friday is the day that I'm doing the crossover special. So you'll have 2 doodle streams next Friday. You'll have one in the morning, the normal one, and then you're going to have a crossover episode on Brian's Twitch channel in the evening. And that one is for charity. There's charity afoot. So let me find the post real quick. I've done this now like 5 weeks in a row, and I still don't ever remember to have the next theme up ready so I can tell you guys what it is. That's stupid. I need to learn. I need to be a little bit more self-aware here. Let's see where we go. Here we go. Here's the theme. Here's the thread. All
right. Brian says it's for cancer. Stand up to cancer. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I couldn't remember what it was exactly. Okay, we did that one. We did that one. We did that one. We did that one.
It's not like a specific cancer, not like breast cancer or pancreatic, just all cancer.
Okay, the next one is very tricky. So I'm going to have to talk to this patron and figure out how we're going to do this. So I'm not going to announce it yet. It's interesting. I just don't know how interactive it could be because this could be just like Kevin Draws for 3 hours and you watch. So I'm gonna have to talk and see what we're gonna do. So apologies, I'm not gonna announce the theme yet. We'll figure that out. But that is everything I got for today. Doc, is there anything you would like to share or promote or plug or anything?
No, I mean, no, not really. Other than just doing my video thing. Love being on the Doodle Stream with Kevin Hinkle.
Appreciate it. And yes, Doc is also on all the things. So if you like the sounds of the voice of this guy right here, then you can find him also on all the social media stuff. He can be found. He is findable.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to tune in, Brian. See how I can donate.
Yeah, for sure. Bring in the heat next week. There you go. And yes, thanks again to all the awesome folks that support me over on Patreon, patreon.com/MrHinkleDraws for more information on that and how you can support. Another reminder, if you're not already subscribed on YouTube, please hit the sub button. Really, really close to 1,000. That's been a huge goal for me for a very long time. We're like 50 away. So hit the sub button on YouTube. Be really appreciated. If you're watching on Twitch or Facebook, throw me a like. Hit all the thumbs up, hit the hearts. Those things matter. They do mean something, and it's just appreciated by me.
Yeah.
Doodle Stream airs every Friday morning, unless I announce otherwise on social media. So make sure you're following me on social media. If I'm like traveling or something, I'll let you know if it's not happening. But normally it happens every Friday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern, unless you hear from me. Thank you to Doc for co-hosting today and taking care of the chat.
You're welcome. Thanks for inviting me.
Yep. And thanks to all you guys that watched live, or if you watched it on the recap, I appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a wonderful Friday. And I'll see you guys. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Yeah. Watch for black cats.